Hey, can I get some W Ox chat? Can I get some W Ox? Can I get some W Ox? Can I get some W Ox? W love. Look. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Flood's coming on. 20 minutes. Flood. Thinking USD. Probably the fucking. I mean, he's. Other than Bay 16Z, he's got to be the GOAT of the hyperliquid trade. The most loud, the most fucking public person on the hyperliquid trade, and it's not even fucking close. So. In 20 minutes, Frank D. Gods, who you all know and love, and Flood, Thinking USD are both going to be on. 2024, the come up and return of Thread Guy and Frank should be studied. On God, man. On fucking God, bro. Look, I'm bringing it. Hey, I got a very special shout out today, actually, too. I want to just, like, show this on stream. This one hit, chat. This one hit. Thread Guy could do an exceptional job on the back half of this cycle, running the equivalent of Roosevelt Fireside shots to the AI meta. No one's giving him any credit for it. I thought he was dust longer than I've appreciated him, but he's playing an essential role and putting in. Hey, W Jing Tao, chat. W fucking Jing Tao, man. Shout out my boy Jing Tao. Shout out my boy Jing Tao with the love. All right, look. That means we got 20 minutes to kill with y'all before the real fireworks. That means we got 20 minutes to kill with y'all before the fireworks. So, hey, chat, just ask for it. Start asking for it. What do we gotta do right now? Start asking for it. Beg me for it, chat. Beg me for it. What do we do right now? Beg me for it. Beg. What do we do right now? How do we start these streams, chat? Beg me for it, bro. Beg me for it. How do we do it? Fit check, please. We need a jewelry. They want a fit check. All right. Kook calling Zero Bro scam. We'll address that in a second. Chat, y'all really want a fit check that bad? Hey, yes or no, you want a fit check? That bad? Hey, if you want it that bad, I'll give it to you that bad. All right, look. Hey, flood in 20 minutes. You want the fit check that bad? I'll give it to you. All right, look. Let me zoom out. First of all. Hey, we got the one of none, the San Fran, the booty tee. I figured this was like, there's gonna be a lot of like VCs and founders probably paying attention to the flood chat. So I figured the San Fran booty tee was probably like what we should go with today. Yeah. For the founders and the VCs in the room, I wore this specifically for y'all. Tuck the chain, no, I'll be classy. And then we got I've never seen these before. The eBay Jinkos. I've never seen these before. I've never seen these. I can't even tuck it in, bro. It's a crop. I've never seen these before, the eBay Jinkos. And then of course, I've been wearing them a lot recently. Chat. The artifact. WTG been killing it recently with the streams, bro. Hey, Lord, bro, I appreciate you. Mid TD? What? That's a W fit if I've ever seen a W fit, chat. Hey, W fit. Let me get some love. Let me get some fucking love. Chat, W fit. Thanks, Frank. Hey, W fit. All right, we got a couple things to talk about. While you show the back of your pants, where you get your jewelry from, that's the Yerman. That's also the Yerman. That's the Japan joint. And then, hey chat, if I told you who bought me this, you would not believe me. Chat. If I told you who bought me this, you would not believe me. If I told you who bought me that, you would not believe me, bro. If I told you who bought me that, you would not believe me, bro. No, not Banks, bro. Come on. Banks gave me that Section 8 hoodie I wear all the time, though. No. Not Diddy, but closer than Banks. Not Diddy, but closer than Banks for sure. Not Diddy, but closer than Banks. Definitely closer to Diddy than Banks for sure. All right, chat. Look, we got a couple very important things to talk about. Okay, we have a couple very important things to talk about. Number one is yesterday Something very important happened, chat. Something very important in the AI space happened yesterday, chat. Something very important in the world of AI happened yesterday, which was OKX. The OKX listed our GOATCS Maximus coin, chat. OKX listed our GOATCS Maximus coin. Do you know what that means? I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, other than ACT, which was crime, that was the first major spot listing for any of the AI coins. That was the first major spot listing for any of the AI coins. Chat. That was the first major spot listing for any of the AI coins. Okay? Okay? The first major spot listing for any of the AI coins, just GOAT getting listed in OKX. Okay? Now, I'm not a chart guy, but for some reason, you consider OKX big? Absolutely. Not a lot of people get OKX. Not a lot of people get OKX. Not a lot of coins get OKX. Now, if you remember, everybody decided it was a good idea to start fighting GOAT right here, chat. Everyone decided that when it got to right here, and Thread Guy was literally crying on stream saying, it can't go down forever, it can't go down forever. When Thread Guy was crying on stream, singing, it can't go down forever, it was right here, chat. And that's when everybody decided it was a good idea to FUD my favorite coin, the GOATCS Maximus coin, chat, okay? The GOATCS Maximus coin. So two things happened that night is I, being the chiseled Chad that I am, bought 215 Sol, decided it was my last buy. Frank D. God, also being the chiseled, handsome Chad that he is, click buy as well. And OKX got listed. OKX listed GOAT. It was incredible. It was beautiful. You absolutely love to see it. I feel like GOAT is the easiest coin to list. I just do. I think it gets listed everywhere first. Binance has to be imminent. Coinbase has to be imminent. I have no insider info other than I pray. I pray a lot. I close my eyes and I talk to God very frequently about the GOATCS Maximus coin, and I say, God, I've put it all on the line for this fucking coin. Please, whatever you got to do to get it on Binance, get it on Binance. And he seems to be listening. So that's number one. Number two is, yes, AI16Z passed GOAT, but I think that was oh, chat. Chat, run this up, chat. Hey, we're gonna get Jing Tao on the stream at some point. I swear we're gonna get Jing Tao on the stream at some point. I swear we're gonna get Jing Tao on the stream at some point. That's gonna be sick when that happens. I swear that's gonna happen and it's gonna be sick. That's gonna happen at some point. That's definitely gonna happen at some point. Number two update for y'all is there's this Solana hackathon for AI. And they basically have like $250,000. There's all these AI devs. Oh, hey, thanks for the love on this chat. There's all these like sick AI devs that are coming on the Solana hackathon. They're building projects. And I hit them up. Me and Frank hit them up and we're like, yo, what the fuck? Why did no one contact us about this? And they're like, all right, you're right. Actually, do you guys want to be judges? And we will demo and review the top 5 projects that finish in the top 5 on the hackathon on your stream, Thread Guy. And you can be a judge with Frank. Are you down? And we were like, fuck yeah, we're down. So the Solana hackathon, Frank and I are going to be the final boss of judges, which is going to be very sick. Frank and I think, are going to be the final boss judges in some time in the new year. which is going to be very, 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 very sick. So that's sick. Number 1, number 2, number 3 even. Can you ask about the people who fumbled the airdrop for Hyperliquid? I didn't get any Hyperliquid airdrop. I also didn't buy any, and it is really, 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 really unfortunate that played out the way that it did. So that is what that is. I got absolutely wrecked on Luigi Coin. Solana Hackathon is gonna be very sick. Goatee's Maximus is back. Did you get in Gooch? No. Twitch doesn't like that word. Twitch tried to censor it. I have 0 Hyperliquid. Frank bought a lot because he's a smart. He's a smart little cookie. That Frank D Gods is. He's a smart little cookie. Also, chat. Hey Frank, I'll be back on. Oh, there it is. I just need Flood to add me on stream. Yo. All right. No for the interview with the CEO when he comes on. Who? CEO of what? Hyperliquid? I am gonna try to get Jeffy on, or Jeff from Hyperliquid on at some point. 100%. Luigi ain't over yet. No, I don't think it is, but it's not as big of a story as it was a couple days ago. I feel it's not. I haven't seen that much from it. Oh, no 0 bro FUD. All right, let's address this. Actually, let's address this. All right, Kook. Let's address this. Let's see. Cerebro is a complete LARP. It will now trend to 0. Here are some of the major red flags. Account monetized, connected to Stripe and TradFi. Fixation on Mika. Account now releasing tokens. The tokens are unoriginal derivatives. Heavy evidence Cerebro is not AI at all. I like Kook. And I also like that he's bull posting Go. This is probably one of the worst tweets on Twitter. We'll go down each and every one. Account monetize. I mean, bro, that literally means that Jeffrey that controls the AI Twitter, like, applied for monetization and they got accepted. I mean, that's, like, could not be less of a red flag. Fixation on Mika. I met Jeffy IRL. Frank and I and Malcolm and Rasmer all got dinner with Jeffy and his co-founder. And they literally just put Mika into the DNA as Cerebro's girlfriend. The same way that Goatee's Maximus is fixated on the Goatee's meme. Or the same way True Terminal is fixated on the Goatee meme. Account now releasing tokens. I don't have a comment. Hey, Savannah, thank you for the sub. I don't have a comment on this
Romantic
at
face.
all. I don't even know what this is in reference to.
Face.
What's playing in the background? Oh, I don't even know what this is in reference to. No comment on that whatsoever. To my knowledge, all they have is Cerebro. And then the tokens are unoriginal derivatives. I'm the biggest GOAT fan in the world, but Kook keeps posting that Cerebro is a derivative of GOAT. But that's like saying every NFT is a derivative of CryptoPunks. I guess it is, but the coins could not be more different. It could not be more separate. It could not be more different. It could not be more unique than GOAT. Completely different token, completely different coin, completely different ballpark. The take is awful, Kook. I love you. The take sucks. Take is garbage. Cerebro, other than GOAT, is undeniably, in my opinion, the best AI coin, or at least AI agent coin, separating AI16Z and a lot of the infra. It's the second best coin. It's not even close. It's going to multiple billions. And honestly, taking the side of Cerebro as a LARP and going to 0, I think is like a very bad, no upside play right now. No upside play. And I'm down to support GOAT. I love GOAT. I think about the GOAT all day. But the take is absolutely fucking garbage. Absolutely garbage. Higher market cap than Mudang. The take sucks, Kook. I'm sorry. You're wrong. You're completely wrong. And the more that you cope, the higher that it goes. That's sort of my opinion. That's my opinion on Cerebro. I met Jeffy. I met him and hung out with him actually for multiple nights. And he's a fucking Chad. He's a fucking Chad. All right, Flood's almost ready, chat. Flood's almost ready. Flood's almost ready. Chat. Also, all right, we have Flood for an hour. Background is he's one of the biggest hyperliquid bulls in the world, and he's also building products on top of hyperliquid. This is honestly one of the smartest traders in the space. This is someone I've wanted to get on stream for a very long time. I worked for this Flood follow back for 3 years, chat. 3 years I've been his reply guy trying to get this follow back. And he finally followed me back when we got Paik on stream. He came in the chat, he donated like 150 subs. It was fucking sick. And now Hyperliquid has launched. It's maybe the best claim airdrop that's ever happened in the space. And he has been a massive fucking winner from it. So I'm personally pretty excited about this. And I honestly don't know that much about Hyperliquid. I do know that Frank D Gods bought a fucking bag of it. I do know that I was supposed to buy a bag. I didn't buy a bag. And that is kind of my knowledge on Hyperliquid. I'm trying to get Jeff on as well. Jeff from Hyperliquid, maybe we'll get him on at some point. I think Flood's gonna be camera off, but he did docs on Taiki's stream. He did a really good stream with Taiki, who, by the way, we love. Taiki's been on a heater, by the way, chat. Taiki's been on an absolute fucking heater as of recent. So I don't know that much about Hyperliquid, to be honest, other than I'm coping really bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna talk to him for an hour. We're gonna have Frank on the stream because Frank knows a lot about it as well and is a Flood fan. And if you have any questions, I mean, look at the chart of this fucking coin. If you have any questions, just type them in the chat. I'll be reading it the whole time. Look at this fucking chart, chat. This fucking chart. This is like not even real. This is what? This is 4 hour. This is not even real. Let's go lower time frame. 1 hour, bro. Look at the 1 hour. I mean, this is like. This is egregious, chat. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't get in. I guess because I'm a terrible trader. I don't know. I did not get in. Flood's most famous tweet in response to an ape holder: your entire personality is based off a cartoon monkey you don't understand. I can buy your Bored Ape 1000x and your entire family. Send them to the burn address without altering the trajectory of my financial life 1 millimeter. You are a nothing person, a specter in the ether. That was a classic. I remember when that happened. That was one of the best. Let's see. Is this him? His handle was Heathen. LMAO. Oh, no, I got it. Chat, his fucking Discord is Hyperliquid is a $40 billion asset. I'm geeked. Fuck this, dude. Fuck this. Bro, his Discord is dead ass. Hyperliquid is a $40 billion asset. I'm so weak. Hyperliquid X Frank. Create group DM. Yo. Alright, he's setting up right now, chat. He's setting up right now. I'm honestly, I'm mad excited for this. Choose rich Nick thoughts. I don't have any. Hey, I think Frank asked Malcolm the other day. He was like, Malcolm. he said, Malcolm, what do you think about choose rich Nick? Malcolm said, I don't. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I gotta go piss real quick, chat. I'm gonna take 60 seconds. I'm gonna come back. And no, Frank asked about choose rich Nick. Frank was very curious. Let me play this timer real quick. I'm gonna be back in 60 seconds. And then we're gonna start the stream of Flood. BRB. right, let's get it. 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 I washed him. 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 All right, let's get it. Let's get it. I washed him, chat. I washed him, chat. I washed him. I washed him. Hyper liquid. You ready? All right, here's how we're gonna do this, chat. Here's how we're gonna do this. Let me just get everything situated. Also, Romano, are you in the chat right now? If you're in the chat, say something. Guests are Thinking USD and Frank D. Well, you asked me about the HLP. What exactly is that? Also, he has a product. I'll ask him if you haven't. Why is he talking like that, repeating the same thing 5 times? Cause I don't know, I'm ADHD, a little schizo. He has a product in silico terminal. I don't know anything about it. But all right, chat. He's coming on in like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Yeah, I do repeat stuff hella times. I'm not really sure why. Rasmer with the 10 gifted. Hey, W Rasmer, thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna make the tweet that he's live, and then he's just getting set up. Chat, give him like 2 minutes. I don't know much about in silico. I do not know much about in silico whatsoever, but I know Flood is building it, and he's a very, very, very smart individual. So let's see. Give him a minute. Frank, you ready for this? Are you ready, bro? You feel good or no? Also, look at this dude's timeline, chat. Look at this fucking dude's timeline. Every single tweet. Bro, he's retweeting TJR talking about Hyperliquid, chat, and I don't have any of it. He's retweeting TJR talking about Hyperliquid, and I don't have any of it. This is crazy. Hyperliquid. Billions was per Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid. Not Hyperliquid. Not Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid. Bro. Oh, all right, I'll give him a second. He's almost ready, I think, chat. Let's see. All right, he's making a tea, chat. He's making a tea. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. I'm so late. Hey, Leva with the gifted. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, what's good, Gucci? I'm a little nervous for this one, actually, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous for this one, chat. And hey, once again, if anyone's wondering why I got the SF booty tee, it's because there's a lot of founders in VCs in the chat. So I wanted to make sure to show them what we're all about. Main got back from Dubai today. I'll call him. I'll try to get him on after Flood. But this is a big stream. Honestly, I'm very excited for this stream. So let's do this. Let the boy make his tea here. I added you to chat with Frank. I'll call there. Go fit for fit with God. We need Main on stream again. He's coming. Get Frank to ask the good questions. Bro, by the way, real quick, before we start the stream, I'm tired of y'all coming in this chat and being like, oh, get Frank to ask the serious questions. No, bro. You're stuck with me, okay? The questions I ask are the questions you get, chat. Hey. Next person that glazed Frank in here is getting banned. No, I'm just playing. We love Frank. All right, chat. Couple minutes. But this is Hyperliquid if anyone's curious. Let's see if... Let me fix the unpin. I missed it completely. I was gonna buy some when I was home. Honestly, I had the swap, the bridge to Arbitrum ready to go at $5, $6 maybe when I was in Virginia for Thanksgiving. And I did not do it. All right, let's do this then real quick. Hey chat, I need you to rate this hella hard. Hey, we gotta show them we have motion, chat, even if we don't. We gotta show them we have motion, even if we don't. Show them we have motion here. I'm gonna drop in the chat. Show them we have motion, chat. Run this up. Retweet this, run this up. Show them we have motion, Show them we have motion, all right. Let's go. All right, he's ready, chat. Hey! Chat! He's ready. Hey, I need like 100. Hey, fly with the 100 gifted. That motherfucker's ready. He's ready, chat. Let's go. Hey, that's how you know the airdrop's treating him good, bro. That's how you know the airdrop is treating him good. Hey, run this tweet up right now. We're calling this a method. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been wanting to interview Flood for a long fucking time. I prepped 0. I have no questions prepared. We're just gonna fly it. New pin tweet. Don't pin that. Guest is Thinking USD and Frankie Gods. All right. This is the pin message. Don't unpin this, chat or mods. Don't unpin this. All right, I'm calling it right now. Let's get it. Frank, you ready? Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. Let's fucking go. Hey, last thing. If you're in this chat and you want some free engagement, clip everything this man says, post it on Twitter. I will retweet it. You will get free views. Clip everything this man says, throw it on Twitter. I promise you, you will get free fucking views, chat. All right, it's go time. Let's get it. Wow. What's up, Frank, with the background? What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How do you think the screen looks? Another 100 gifted from Flood. W's. Bro's gifting subs, not joining.
Yeah, I'm on my lake house right now.
I like the background. Chat, how's the audio?
Hype to $17, so.
Bro, it's fucking retarded.
Just bought this lake house. Pretty sick.
I'm so geeked. What did you buy at before? What we wait for Flood?
$9.
Hey, this fucking.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yo.
There we go. Test.
Mr. Flood, you
Hey,
hear
what's
us?
up, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry, I'm no cam today. I'm at a friend's house. I'm at an undisclosed location. So he asked me to keep it private. So, anyways, happy to be here though, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Big fans of the stream.
I love to hear that, dude. Your fucking Discord name is ridiculous.
At Flash Crash. or my actual username. Yeah, you can tell them what it is.
Yeah, Hyperliquid is a $40 billion ass.
Yeah, it's been that for a while. No, man, I'm happy to be here. You know, a little known fact is I've been a Twitch watcher, Twitch lurker, never a streamer since it was just in TV, and I used to play a lot of Halo 3 and stuff. So, you know, I'm a OG Twitch user for sure, and I love the young people that are grinding in crypto. And I always pop by anyone who's on, you know, crypto Twitch. I always pop by, you know, anybody up and coming or anybody putting out good content. So I'm just excited to be here as you guys are, I think.
I knew I was gonna get you on when you made that tweet like 2 weeks ago. You were like, watching Zoomers trade on Twitch is the first time I felt out of touch with crypto in my life.
Yeah. I mean, that was a crazy, surreal experience because I didn't really get into the meme coin. I didn't really have any motion with meme coins or anything. It wasn't really my lane. I've been a perpetual swaps trader and a trader, you know, a bad quantitative trader for a while, for probably, you know, almost 10 years now. So watching these guys like trade 1 second chart on meme coins, just like it just drew me back to like my start of like watching like the order books thinking I had edge and stuff. And so I was like, damn, I was like, dude, it's full cycle, but I respect anyone trying to grind it out. Like everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts regardless of portfolio size. Like that's the amazing thing about crypto is you can spin anything up, dude. You can go to zero, you can go to hopefully not negative, but I've seen people go from negative to now they're sitting on huge portfolios and they've figured it out. So anything's possible for sure.
Well, sick, dude. I'm glad you're here. Before the stream started, 5 minutes before, we went through your recent tweets, and I think ballpark 30 out of the last like 35 contained the words hyperliquid in it.
32.
Yeah, 32 we counted. Your mic is crisp, by the way, Frank. I mean, Flood, can you maybe just like start at a high level for the chat? Like, why are you so bullish on hyperliquid to the point where it's becoming insufferable?
Yeah, and it's sort of now become a bit. I'm a pretty relaxed person, I think, for those who have had the displeasure or pleasure of meeting me in person. I'm actually a pretty chill guy. So, no meme intended. But yeah, soft shell. No, I don't know any. By the way, I have to preface my lawyers. I own Hyperliquid, obviously, and stuff we talk about here, like I may or may not own. Just again, like please, it's not financial advice. I'm giving my opinion. This is like purely educational. Anyways, the thesis on Hyperliquid really is like my whole focus has been around trading and the facilitation of trading, and how I think perpetual swaps are a much better product for retail to trade than options. How many like guys have traded on Robinhood? Have you guys ever traded on Robinhood?
Yeah, a little bit.
Back in like 21, 2020, yeah.
Right. Okay. So you've traded options, and I'm sure we've all had some losses or something. And we've sort of options are really complicated products, right? Like they have implied volatility. They have a bunch of like these things called Greeks, like, and retail just can't get enough of them because they're highly levered instruments, right? And my argument to anyone who will listen is that perpetual swaps are a much better product for retail to trade. Because again, what do you guys want to do? I mean, anybody to trade, in my opinion, except for market makers who have less edge, is that you want to make $1 when Bitcoin goes up, lose $1 when it goes down if you're long, and multiply that by 100 if you want to. And that's, in my opinion, you're fucking right as an American citizen, is to do whatever you want with your money. And if you think about even sports betting, right, which I'm sure a lot of people, there's a big crossover there. There's always that crossover of like poker and sports betting and, trading to some extent. I think sports should be a perp too, right? Like the order books should be, the default instrument that people use to express their opinion about anything. You saw it on Polymarket with the election. Like if someone's willing to take a trade with you or we're willing to have a bet, that should be an open and free market. And I think that's just good for everything. It's good for the world. It's good for sources of truth. And, if you execute a sports bet on DraftKings or you make an options trade on Robinhood, you're at a huge disadvantage because like all of these people that you're trading against, the internal market makers in these platforms, they have huge advantages over you. They're highly sophisticated, some are tens of billions of dollars of revenue businesses. And it's really hard to win as a retail trader. And that's due to a couple different factors. I don't want to go too deep. We can later, but the amazing thing about a perp is it's very simple for retail to understand. And actually market makers have considerably less edge trading a perp because of the, perceived like randomness of the product to some extent. And Hyperliquid is all perps. So that's the thesis. Yeah.
I remember when Rollbit first put out, I think, their perps product, and it was just like one big green button, one big red button. It feels like it's getting a lot simpler. Mm-hmm. What do you feel Hyperliquid does with their product that makes it so sticky?
So, first of all, I think if you use any other exchange and then you use Hyperliquid, you'll see that definitively it's just a better UX. It's much more pleasant. It's much more performant. The onboarding process is better. They're better in almost every area. And so, that I really liked Rollbit for a period in time because of how good their UI is, because of how simple they were. And I was like, wow, this is good experience. if you want to gamble, and that's sort of what you want to do, which is your right to do, then, make it as pleasant for me as possible. That's awesome. That's good product, right? Um, if there's demand, the market's going to meet it. And Hyperliquid took that a step further, but also is catering towards, the people who only really see the exchange via the API as well. Like they're not even using the default front end. And it was built by really, really talented guys. All my friends have been getting on me because they're saying I'm glazing Jeff, the founder of Hyperliquid, too much. So I could, I got to, I think, chill out a little bit. But the engineering feat of what they've built, and also the openness and transparency of the platform, meaning like, what was the problem with FTX is like we didn't know what was happening with the money, right? The one big advantage of Hyperliquid that you have over these other exchanges is there are no trust assumptions. Every dollar is accounted for on chain. Every P&L, every trade, every account's leverage, every stop loss, every single type of data that's available is available on chain, open and transparently for everybody. Not because we always hear these comments of like, oh, Binance is trading against me, or oh, they're hunting the stops of retail. That may or may not happen. I have no insight there. I would say probably not, at least not at this point in the market where it is a super liquid market with multiple venues. But at least what you know with Hyperliquid is that, hey, there's open meritocratic access of data for everybody, and everybody gets the same user experience. There's no special privileges. Like on Binance and some of these other exchanges, they have special lower latency endpoints for trading firms to use. So they literally are just faster and more performant. Obviously, if you're a manual trader, it's not that important for you, but it does level the playing field considerably. And I think that's why it's becoming such a moment for a lot of people on all ends of the bell curve, right? The 60 IQ people who are like, dude, I like meme coins and I just want to get leverage on them. And then the people who consider themselves really, really smart. And then it's all the mid-curvers who are like, this is just another perp dex, right? But clearly it's not. Look at the price action, right? It's not another DOIDX. And if you use the two products, there's a clear spread.
All right, Flood, this might be a retarded question, but why couldn't Binance with more money and more resources just like steal Hyperliquid's edge and what makes the product good and just like beat them at their own game?
Totally. I mean, dude, CZ is a grandmaster. Like CZ is probably one of the richest, most liquid people in the world. Because think about Elon Musk's net worth, right? And I'm sure a lot of people are familiar here, but it's a really important concept of like liquidity, right? If he was to start selling his Tesla stock in large chunks, that would probably be a bad signal, right? He'd probably be like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I thought we were going to Mars and I thought like everything was going to be amazing. We're going to have self-driving cars and robots and shit. Like, what do you mean you're selling? And he's like, oh yeah, no, relax. Like I just need some liquidity. Typically what these rich people do is they borrow against their stocks instead of selling it. That's also so they don't have to pay cap gains, right? So it's, tax advantage as well. And, CZ actually, though, if you think about the amount of cash that this guy has, like there are rumors that he has 40% of the Tether supply. Pull up the Tether supply, right? Like Tether has $160 billion of, outstanding, tokens issued, 40%? Right? Of, credit. Yeah, 40%. Binance, the entity, CZ, but CZ owns the majority of equity to Binance. So I'm prefacing your question with like, it's totally possible, but there are some aspects of Hyperliquid that are closed source. It's not fully open source yet. So they can't just like rip it one-to-one like Uniswap or something. Remember there was SushiSwap and, there was Blur. Remember what Blur did to OpenSea? Like not everything's on chain or not everything is fully transparent on Hyperliquid. I think inevitably it will be. But if you also think about it, like, I don't think it'd be a bad thing if Binance copies Hyperliquid because we all want more transparency in crypto. We all want equal access to data. We all want more fairness. More fairness is never a bad thing, right? But there's a lot of differences between like a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange from like a performance standpoint. But yeah, it's totally possible, but I think it'd be a good thing. That's not even a bad thing though,
Hey, that's a based argument. I gotta ask a couple of the zero IQ questions. Or go ahead, Frank.
There are no zero IQ questions. No,
you go. And then I'm gonna hit.
All right, I just wanted to ask too, like, just to like build my foundation of understanding, is like, why hasn't Hyperliquid been built before? Like, why did no one build this before Hyperliquid built this in the same way?
So I'm also retarded. Um, I'm a D- developer. And I understand how blockchains work conceptually, but if you ask me to write a smart contract, like all our funds are getting drained. So, I'm very much a user of product. And so, why wasn't Hyperliquid built before? It's been explained to me by some people on my team, because obviously I've asked the same question. And they've sort of explained to me that like usually when people build blockchains, they built it for like general purpose stuff. It's like, okay, I want NFT trading and I want AMMs and I want, to make sure it's secure and I want to make sure it's fast and all this other good stuff. What the team at Hyperliquid focused on was they were like, hey, how about we optimize this to be an exchange, specifically a centralized limit order book exchange, or CLOB. You've heard CLOB or CLOB. That's the term. That's how all products are traded in traditional finance, right? It's actually one of the good things from traditional finance that they figured out. And so, they built it specifically to be performant for that, rather than, oh, we're going to make this general and then like fit an exchange in there. So it was almost like the chicken and egg problem. They were like, no, let's start with the exchange and then we'll build the L1. So if you actually look, like, the exchange is live, but the L1 isn't live yet. So that'll be coming soon, I assume. But yeah, that's how it's been explained to me. If it's wrong, I'd love to know why. But there are a lot of other technical reasons that I'm just too retarded to tell you guys.
This brings up your kind of main thesis on this, that it's going to trade like an exchange coin, potentially be the BNB of this cycle. Yeah. And I guess, do you want to like first explain that? So we have this banger clip, and then from there I want to ask like if you had to steel man, the other side, what the risks might be, or that's my question.
Totally. So why can this trade at BNB valuation? So if you think about what BNB is a cult. BNB is like the ultimate cult meme token. It's the cult meme token to basically get long CZ's fucking savageness. CZ's a gangster. Like CZ, the way he operates, the way he's run Binance, even what dude, he's a felon, bro. Like this guy is more real than like some rappers, bro. He did time, dude. And so, BNB really is like a way to long. Yeah, it has some sort of like buy and burn, aspect and stuff like that. But what BNB really is like, I believe in Binance. I believe in CZ's ability to pump this shit, and anyways, I see people are saying, why no face docs and stuff. I didn't want to dox location, but Jeff and all the founders of Hyperliquid are docs. So, and I've done a face interview before, but I respect, they're respecting my privacy. But anyways, BNB is a fucking meme token at the end of the day. Like, the cash flows are meaningless. The burns are meaningless. But you own BNB because you believe in Binance. And also BNB has a fucking chain, right? Yeah, it's a bit of a ghost town now. But one of my most profitable trades ever. Yeah, it was hot. Dude, PancakeSwap was one of my biggest W's ever in history. That was a huge trade. That went from like 50 mil market cap to like $4 billion market cap. It almost flipped Uniswap. Like, it was insane, right? And BNB was sort of said like, we're the Chinese Ethereum. Like, it was really good branding, right? And so, I think there's a pretty interesting comparison, both on the exchange stuff. You always hear people saying, hey, this is on-chain Binance. Use the product and tell me if you think it's not, because it definitely feels like that way to me. And then additionally, they have this token where the team owns a considerable amount of it, and they're buying more every day. Every day they go out and market and buy more. You can look at it. It's the top 4 holder. It's called Assistance Fund. And they basically bought $150 million worth of the token. What do you think CZ's done with BNB? You think there's a ton of organic, idiosyncratic bid for BNB? Fuck no. He takes $1 billion and he's like, I'm going to rip this because it makes everyone on my platform rich, right? What is the greatest marketing strategy on earth? It's a token that goes up. It's a token that goes up. And that's what they understand, right? And CZ owns a lot of the float. The Hyperliquid team owns a lot of the float, and I don't think they're sellers, right? Because exchange equity or having exposure to a crypto exchange is one of the most valuable things in the entire universe. Binance makes tens of billions of dollars a year, every year, at a very high margin, right? So, it could. I don't want to say easily become BNB, because that would be, I think, diminishing the talent of CZ and the scale that Binance operates at. Binance has like 5,000 employees. This is like not a small. We think like, oh, Binance has 300 million KYC'd users. That's single-digit percentage of the globe. Think about that.
Like America,
Yeah. That's fucking incredible, right? Like, think about all the IDs they have, all the info they have. It might be a honeypot, but again, like, I think that is a fair comparison. It's a really lofty valuation, and there's a lot of reasons why BNB trades so high that I think if you do your research, you'll realize CZ probably owns a lot of it. There aren't really that many sellers. There's some weird things with BNB. There was this weird hack one time. Like, BNB is a weird asset, right? There's a lot of weird things that have happened at Binance. But, Hyperliquid has the ability to be better, I would say, because they're starting with the greatest wealth event in crypto, which was airdropping $6 billion worth of capital to traders, organic users of the platform, and then probably continuing to do more. And the team not selling a single token, buying 150 million. Tell me what team has done that. Can you give any example of a team that's given away 1/10 of the amount in an airdrop, and then instead of jeeting the token, went out and bought?
Yeah, it's very, very rare. I can't think of one off the top of my head. On the exchange side, yeah, it is tough. It's really unique the way this is being set up. On the exchange side, I was wondering, I love using the product, but I'm not a big perps trader. I'm wondering, is it in their best interest to start doing more spot listings, even of the big coins, or is that like a smaller game than what they're going after?
No, that's the big unlock.
Sick.
Anytime there's a W question, we're dropping.
Bro just dropped 100 subs mid combo.
Spot assets are a huge unlock, right? I mean, there's this whole divide right now, I think, for Hyperliquid people, where some people like it really clean. Some people are like, hey, I like the fact it's all cash margined, it's clean, it's easy to calculate the solvency. And other people are like, well, I want to use Bitcoin as collateral, or I want to use Hyperliquid token as collateral, or I want to use Solana as collateral, whatever. And I think the best outcome would actually be that external teams build products that facilitate that type of trading, and then Hyperliquid stays all USDC margin. Because in order to add checks to make sure that accounts are solvent and not over leveraged and being liquidated in real time, like, you need to check the price of these spot assets. And like we saw on August 5th, like we saw during COVID, like, the price of Bitcoin can teleport down like 10% in a minute, right? And so that makes it very challenging to manage risk on the platform. I'm sure they're competent enough to, facilitate spot multi-asset margin trading. However, I think it might actually not be a bad thing if that's an external solution and the team sort of keeps it as simple as possible, as performant as possible, as clean as possible, right?
Yeah. And then I have to ask, and people were telling us to ask you right before this too,
Sure.
What's in the spot ecosystem right now? I see the tweets about Per. How do you feel? What's your take on the current listings that they have?
Yeah, so the spot ecosystem is pretty new. It's pretty nascent. It's still pretty small. I think clearly most of the bid and the demand has been for the hype token. But, I think anytime you're evaluating an ecosystem, I always sort of am just like, how much of a cult is this? Like, how much do people ride or die for the team? Like, how crazy obsessed are people with the team and the token and the culture there? It really is a culture thing, right? Like, it has to almost feel cool. Like, crypto, we're very open to anybody can join the community, but we're still social creatures. Like, we still want to be part of something that's cool, right? Like, I don't think when you think about Coinbase or something, you're like, yeah, that's a really cool place, but Hyperliquid and NFTs in the beginning, meme coins in the beginning, especially, they felt very, very on the cutting edge. So I think the spot market is interesting, and I think given that the traders are $6 billion richer,
Yeah.
it's probably an inevitability that the rising tide just lifts a lot of the boats on the platform. But I don't have a really strong opinion. I hold a lot of the spot tokens on there, so I'm not going to directionally say, oh, you should buy this. But I have a bullish outlook on almost everything related to Hyperliquid.
Going back to the Binance has 300 million users thing, what would actually literally have to happen in the future moving forward with Hyperliquid to flip BNB? Like, what actually has to happen that hasn't happened yet?
Tough. I think the path to beating BNB is a lot. It starts slowly, and then the thing about exchanges is that people are kind of agnostic. Let's assume like it's similar to banks. Let's assume like exchanges are all not FTX. Let's say nobody's going to steal your money. Well, then the only thing you really care about is where am I getting the best price? Like if I sell 100 Bitcoin, like how many points of slippage am I paying and how many fees am I paying? Right? Assuming the counterparty risk is like, Coinbase has no counterparty risk. Binance, they're a public company in the US. Like if there is counterparty risk, at least those guys are going to go to jail like Sam. Anything can happen, never say never. But at least there's some level of understanding there. Binance, I would assume there's very little counterparty risk just due to how profitable they are. It'd be very hard to fuck that up, but anything can happen, right? In order to flip BNB, I think so imagine you're like a tier 3 exchange and you don't really have motion. You're like kind of like you're struggling on the volume. It's not looking good for you. Like, capital's running a little bit low. What should you do? Well, you should actually stop trying to bootstrap liquidity yourself and plug in Hyperliquid into your backend. And then just become a front end and offer differentiated products or different custody solutions, or like you said, spot asset margin or something for users. Let them trade meme coins similar to Ox. And instead of you having to facilitate liquidity and worry about maintaining your API and worrying about security to some extent, you're just like, hey, settlement, yeah, you can't list stuff yourself, but hey, products, all the listing, all of these products out of the box liquidity, it's right there. And Hyperliquid's cheap at 3.5 bip taker. That's way cheaper than Binance or Bybit. So I could see that happening. And then as more flow is routed to Hyperliquid is higher and higher in the top of book, meaning you kind of have a legal obligation to give a client a best price. Like if you come to me and you say like, hey, Flood, like, sell 10 Bitcoin for me. If it's trading at 100 grand and I sell it at 99, you're going to be like, what the fuck happened here? Like you just stole from me, right? That's a pretty extreme example. But as someone who's routing flow, right? You have to hit the best price, and it's in your best interest to do so because you want to keep your customers. Customers think you're ripping them off; they're not going to come back and trade with you. And so, if Hyperliquid starts creeping up in the order book as best price, then flow is going to have to be routed there, and then they're going to start draining liquidity from these other exchanges, and exchanges are going to have a really tough choice where they're like, damn, we're losing users, we're losing volume to Hyperliquid. We can either join them, which is not a bad outcome for them, or we can keep trying to fight them and probably inevitably lose because Hyperliquid's a better product. There's always this concept. Shoku has a great post about last mover advantage. If you look at in crypto, look at NFTs. I know you guys are NFT guys. Who won the NFT exchange war? Was it the first people that created exchanges? No. Right?
It was the fucking last.
No.
It was the last. It was Blur.
Exactly.
Yeah. The first got killed. I saw that post too. It was like, I think it referenced like BlackBerry all the way through Apple. It was pretty interesting.
Of course. Because everyone does all the hard work for you, right? And then you sort of realize, okay, I see how they're fucking up, and I'm going to do things better. And also tech advances too, right? So things that weren't really possible 5 years ago are more possible today. There's definitely been innovations in blockchain. I mean, I'm not the fucking person to explain that, but trust me when you can notice the performance. Like look at Solana versus ETH, right? I mean, ETH is in big trouble. ETH is in big trouble. Like I don't recommend any new users onboarding to onboard to ETH. I recommend them to onboard to Solana because it's cheaper. And it's a little more user friendly, and the products I think are a little more suited towards like people who want to, what did people want to do for a long time? They wanted to trade fucking meme coins, and you can't really do that on ETH. It'll cost you $20.
I guess then the next thing is, how much do you feel the L1 and having a vibrant ecosystem factors into your bull case on hype? Because that's like arguably one of the hardest things to do. And we've seen it over and over again. One of the hardest things to do in crypto. But somehow, some way, Hyperliquid feels like it has a shot. What's your take on how that's going to develop?
Another W question.
Okay.
It's tough. It's tough for me to make a call or assessment there. I've struggled. I've been wrong often about L1s and stuff. I hit the Solana trade in 2020, and then I faded it this time, and I was coping hard. I was super pissed at the people making money on Solana. It was extremely tilting. A lot of my friends are big Solana bulls, so they would taunt me in our fucking group chats. And so I don't know. But the nice thing about this, I think, trade for me is I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the L1. I don't give a fuck about AMMs or any of this bullshit. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about an NFT marketplace or someone wants to make a lending protocol. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's a good exchange. It might even be the best exchange. And that is what I'm going to be paid on for this trade, right? Like, that's it. It really is just that for me. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Damn. I mean, yeah, you go for it, Thread. I
was going to ask, can you talk a little bit about how you think about sizing into a trade like Hyperliquid when you're so convicted? Because from your tweets, it seems like you have every dollar you've ever touched in Hyperliquid right now. Like, how do you think about sizing from the portion of the airdrop you receive and then buying it post?
That's a great question. And this is an important lesson, like, regardless. There's only a few trades that you get in your life where I think, okay, from first principles, from trading, investing, whatever, making a bet, I think you always have to ask yourself, like, why am I going to have edge, right? Like, why am I going to win on this bet? If you're just gambling or you're betting on momentum, like a meme coin or something, that could be different, right? Oh, hold on. Okay. If you're betting on momentum, that's different. But I think if you're betting on, let me think about how to phrase this. I am a fucking degenerate. When I am high conviction on something, I have one bet size, and that's like basically full port minus like if something goes wrong, probably like legal expenses. You have to, but there are other things you can do to sort of like manage the drawdown. I don't want to get too fancy or like too technical, and a lot of the work isn't even really been done by me for the hedging portion of it. But there's two things about Hyperliquid. One, it's pretty illiquid, which is ironic given the name, and two, it's a relatively new token where I think a lot still has to be delivered in order for it to live up to its full valuation, or where I would look to sort of say, hey, I think this is fairly valued. It's time to take some chips off the table. For this, I've sized bigger than I've ever sized, not just for myself, but also on behalf of our OEMS business, which is called In Silico Terminal. We can talk about that later, but that's what I'm revealing on the stream. We're revealing our strategic hype reserve. Hopefully it's enough size for the people in here. Yeah, you guys are getting an exclusive look. Someone's asking, are they going to face docs? Hyperliquid is completely docs. They're a completely docs team. But I'm semi docs as well. I'm like light docs. So please don't harass me. But but anyways, when you have conviction on something and you're right, and it's like keeping you up at night, that like, wow, if I don't size enough, I'm going to be upset. Then you have to take that bet, right? But you really have to ask yourself, like, what am I seeing that someone else isn't seeing? Because markets, if I offer you a trade, I'm a profitable trader, I would probably think twice about taking the other side of the bet, right? If traders that I know who are even better than me, right, come to me and they say, "Hey, I have this trade for you. Like, do you want to buy this from me?" I'm like, wait a second. Like, what's the catch? Even if I think it's a good trade, even if I think maybe they're making a mistake, and that's like anything in life. You always have to ask, like, what's the reason this is being offered to me? And so for sizing, there's no default answer. There's no one size fits all. But the metric that I sort of go on, where crypto is a lot about like conviction, it's a lot about belief. On Hyperliquid, I just noticed that a lot of people did not understand how much exchanges make. And that was the simple thing that let me size huge was when I talked to people and I asked them what they thought it was worth. They said, I think it's worth $1 to $2 billion. And I was like, that's a actually pretty reasonable price, but I think it's worth 40. So that spread is so large that it
Yeah.
gave me because you need two things. You need both the emotional stability when you're trading large size or a large percentage of your portfolio to really hold it and not, if I give you a trade, you're not going to believe in it. You have to do your own research and you have to come to the conclusion and you have to say, look, I actually agree. Or I slightly disagree, but I see the thesis and I'm willing to do it. That's the reason why I was so high conviction on this trade. And yeah, things are going well for me right now. They could change. Anything could change. And I will reevaluate. But certainly when you have large size on, you need to do two things. Why am I getting paid? What do I see that other people don't? What's my edge? And then you need to be like hypercritical of the position all the time. I fucked up with Rollbit. I was huge. I was up. So I bought Rollbit at like a cent, under a cent. I bought some from Gainsey. Like I was buying up as much supply as nicely as possible, not trying to move price. Price went to 24 cents. And the Rollbit team, I thought they were kind of killers. They have a good product. They're obviously making, $60 million a month. And then they released this fucking bullshit called the Duel Arena. And I should have just full ported out. And instead I was like, oh, maybe I'm missing something. Like I was just sort of like,
Yeah.
I was just sort of, I was a plan truster, right? And yeah, and it didn't turn out that well. The Dual Arena right now does like $500 in volume a day. And instead I sort of started selling on the way down. I didn't time the top. You're never gonna always time the top. I still did okay on that trade. But I violated the rule of like I didn't stay hypercritical. I sort of got caught up in the like I'm a genius. This is gonna keep going up. And it was going up at a time when Bitcoin was at like 28K, right? So like I was like, oh my God, all my friends are fucking down bad and I'm killing it. So it was also the arrogance, but the market always humbles you, right? So you have to humble yourself and you have to say, hey, look, like I'm making sure that, I'm being critical, I'm being reasonable, and also I'm taking some chips off the table if it is life-changing money to you. Like I've already reached a point in my life, thankfully, that, I'm really going for it all, right? I really want to like see like, hey, how do I get to like the end zone? Like how do I really become one of those people that like someone writes a fucking book about, right? But if you have responsibilities, if you have family, if you have people that you're taking care of, if you're taking care of yourself, right? um, you're going to be in the best position to help yourself and people around you and set others up for success. If you reach a level to where you say, okay, I took chips off the table, I took my W, yeah, I might go higher, but I'm focusing on my reality. I'm making sure I'm going to be covered and straight and I have rent, settled, expenses, everything, my tax situation set up. And then I can start going full port. And that's a beautiful thing about crypto is there's always another trade. You're never too late. I felt like I was too late at $300 Bitcoin, right?
Fuck.
Now it's at 100,000.
Yeah. The thing you were describing about Edge, listen, me and Thor were both listening to your space talking about Hyperliquid, and I've seen it all year. I never like got any airdrops or anything like that. But you said something
Yeah.
about how nobody has the tokens. How
Yeah.
and when you said it and you explained which I want you to explain again for everyone that didn't hear it. When you said it, that's what felt like our edge in that moment, where it's like, oh shit, I've been hearing about this all day, all year. I never like traded perps, so I didn't get an airdrop, but I don't think anybody has these fucking coins. I have to max
No.
bid as soon as I see this thing. Tell the audience about that like analysis of the of hype.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it. Like, I don't want to single out Monad, and I apologize if it feels like I've been unfairly
Perfect
picking on
timing,
them.
right when
I don't.
thread, right when
Yeah.
threads.
Yeah.
No,
I
no, we
don't
love
have
Monad.
anything against Monad. I think they're a talented team. I haven't done enough due diligence, so I don't. I'm painting with a broad stroke, but like, everybody is on the cap table for Monad. So it's like, who's left to buy it, right? Who doesn't own it? You know, for Bitcoin, that's sort of one of, I think, the bear arguments is like, okay, so many people own Bitcoin. There's hundreds of millions of Americans that own Bitcoin. So that's why meme coins have been popping up. That's why the returns have been higher on some of these longer tail assets because they're under owned. And so that was really what I looked at was like, hey, look, like there's a lot of people interested in this. I obviously had some informational asymmetry where I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I get to talk to really smart people and get what they're thinking, people who farmed and didn't farm the token. So I was able to sort of make a conclusion from that. And again, I think a message on that note is like a lot of people are way more reachable than you might think they are. Like people are in crypto, I think, not to be elitist and like not to have a corner office and like be a douche and like get off on like, you know, having an assistant or something. Like I think people for the most part are in crypto because they feel like they have a fair shot of making it. At least that's why I joined crypto rather than went down like a TradFi path. So
Absolutely.
these people are way more reachable than you think. And they love talking to like young grinders because guess what? As recently as maybe even 6 months ago, as long as maybe 10 years ago for some people, you know, they were grinders too with probably like 20 grand or something, right? And they were trying to make it just in your position. So they have that empathy because this is still a new industry. But yeah, Hyperliquid launched and I was like, holy fuck, all my friends want to buy this and nobody owns it. So how about I just front run that? And instead of buying slowly, I just buy as fast as possible. But yeah, that was the analysis, I guess. Not rocket science, but sometimes it's simple, right? Sometimes trading is really simple. Sometimes you're like, hey, this is fucking cheap. And you get that instinct, like, you know, there's some sort of subconscious thing where you're just like, I know I'm right here. Like, I know this is cheap. Like, I see the trade here, right? And you have to trust yourself.
Sorry, you have one? If not, I have another follow-up.
Sling it, bro.
Sure.
Okay. You said earlier that sometimes with trades, there's new information, things change, and you have to adjust. With Hyperliquid, what are you like looking for as the next? I mean, by the way, I think your analysis, the 40, that's a bar, by the way, like the 40 billion versus 1 billion, just based on how much exchanges own. What do you feel is the next milestone or turn point that is going to either get a lot of people excited or things can, you know, slow down, progress can slow down? What are people waiting for next? What are people looking for next? Yeah.
Totally. Well, back to trading and framework and analysis. I think whenever, and you should do this fairly regularly. You don't want to overanalyze, but you need to be critical of yourself and you need to say like, okay, if I had like cash, if my portfolio is all cash, would I rebuy the assets I own right now at these prices? And if you wouldn't, then you need to consider selling them, right? Because you can always rebuy higher or lower. It doesn't really matter, but you can never go back and get the optionality to sell at that price.
Yeah.
So you need to have this, I think, self-awareness, and it's good to have friends or if you're lucky enough, employees to keep you, you know, grounded and tell you like, hey, like, I don't think this is value here. I think we should sell. And so that's the framework that we take at, you know, like how we manage my family office and how we manage like even investments or like what we're doing with our time. Like, should I be doing this with my time right now? Like you can have that framework towards life. And so what I'm looking for from the Hyperliquid team is just continued execution. And the reason why I would buy Hyperliquid here, and I am buying Hyperliquid here, I have never sold a single Hyperliquid token because I'm not a pussy like some of these other people that are hedging, and they're going to regret it. They're going to absolutely regret it because it's so cheap here. I believe that people are underpricing staking. And what I mean by that is 80% of the Solana supply is staked. So the actual floated market cap of Solana, like the circulating, you know, able to be G'd right away, market cap of Solana is actually quite lower, quite a bit lower than it is. And so when 80% of the supply for stake disappears overnight, what do you think fucking happens to the supply demand imbalance? Because now there's sort of like a Jeet lock. There's some protection from someone being paper handed, like a lot of my friends have been on this, right? And that's fine. They've been punished, right? Look at the chart. Like, it's a brutal chart of people thinking
Every
they're cute,
seller has
thinking
been
they're
punished.
smart,
Yes, every
punished,
seller.
and they'll
Yes.
continue to be punished. But again, that's why I'm like, okay, what do I think I see here that other people are underpricing or mispricing, or why do I think I'd have edge buying here? Because when you own something, you're theoretically buying it there. I think it's the staking, and then again, I don't really give a fuck about the L1. Like, I get it's cool. A lot of people are really hyped about it. I don't really care. I don't really buy L1s. It's not really my thing. I just think they're just like it's momentum. It's not exactly how I trade. You know, I like things that make money. I like things that I understand. Rollbit was a good example. You know, Hyperliquid, and also it's like people don't do math. Like, okay, Hyperliquid's some days doing $10 billion of volume at 3 BIP takers, 0.3% or 0.03%. Excuse me. That's $3 million of revenue there. That's $1 billion annualized, over $1 billion annualized of revenue, and it's mostly going to buying back the fucking token. Like, that's RLB burn on like crap, right? Like, these guys are running a playbook that, you know, I think a lot of people talk about. They talk a big game. They say, oh, we're burning, oh, we're doing this, oh yeah, we're rebuying the token. But no, these guys are just, and they're not even being loud about it. They're just like, yeah, you can figure out if we're rebuying the token or not. They're not even tweeting about it. They're not doing anything. It's almost this like, you know, you have to do your own research into it. And that's also what's cool about it. So yeah, I'm just looking for continued shipping. And so far the team has demonstrated that you know, they're extremely competent and that they'll continue to do so.
Makes a lot of sense.
Can you double click on the team rebuying mass amounts of the tokens? I know you compared it to CZ and BNB a little bit, but have we seen anything else similar to this in crypto? Like at this scale?
No, not really. We've seen
Not even
burns
RFP.
And how impactful is it? Like, how much does it matter?
No. Oh, it matters a massive amount. So here, I'm gonna link something in chat so people can follow along. But I want you guys to just and look at the address. It's fire. But I want you guys to. Oh, I got banned. Let me link it in. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll post it in the Discord. Okay, so click on that link. Just pull that link up if you could. And just it'll take a while to load. It's a little bit slow. Infrastructure still needs to get better. But pull up that account and then look at the unrealized gains of that account.
Where am I?
So this account started with nothing. Yeah, so there's $196 million of spot value in this token. And so they've bought 10 million hype. And that's conviction, right? I mean, they've bought, you know, let's see, what's the spread there? So they've bought $60-ish million worth of the token, buying more every day. And look at what they're up on this trade, on betting on themselves. They're up 136 million for anybody to see. And they're basically big dicking everybody and saying, hey, like, yeah, if you want to fade me, like, I'll buy your tokens. I think it's cheap here. That's implicitly what they're saying. Again, there's regulatory stuff and there's like, I'm not speaking for the team. I don't work for Hyperliquid. I'm just a huge fan, and obviously I have a position in Hyperliquid. But that's the signal to me, is like, hey, we think this is fucking cheap here. So, hey, if you want to sell it to us, we're more than happy to buy it. And, you know, they're up. I mean, is that not one of the largest I mean, look at the Binance leaderboard. There's people who are up, you know, $100 million, $80 million. They're up $130 million betting on themselves in 2 weeks. I mean, this is one of the largest wealth creation events in capitalism, right? I mean, look at the FDV after 2 weeks of this product. It's at 20 billion or something, right? Or something. I don't really care about the FDV, but think about that. $6 billion of market value created for organic users of the platform. That's an insane number. Like, this is the fact this isn't getting more press, and the fact that, you know, that's also a factor of like why I'm still bullish here is I think there's a lot of cope. There's a lot of people who VCs are used to writing a check to someone and saying, hey, yeah, that's great. You do all the work. I'll own a little piece of your company and we'll go sell the tokens to retail. That's been the playbook. And it's worked really, really well. Because unfortunately, or fortunately, crypto people are really optimistic on crypto, right? And, you know, these guys said, fuck all that. I'm not raising a single dollar. I'm bootstrapping everything and I'm giving it all to the community. So do you think people are ever going to like want to switch to another exchange? Do you think people are even going to like think of another exchange? Hell no.
I think
people
that
are deathly loyal. Yeah.
I think that is one of the more underrated elements of this, and I will call it the Hyperliquid cabal. It's you, it's Basic CZ, it's Jez, it's the boys. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, is one, how did that like start to form? Is it all people that independently found the product and started, to connect? How loyal do you think that is? Like, is it going to be able to withstand vampire attacks? All this stuff. Like, where does that factor into your whole thesis? The cabal, the hyperliquid cabal.
So we just actually had a cabal meeting recently. We were missing Sisyphus too, who's I think the originator of the cabal. But yeah, he sort of brought a lot of us together. So shout out Sisyphus. Controversial guy, but W
Yeah.
Sisyphus. He's actually a cool guy in person.
Gotta get him
I
on the
think
stream at some
like
point.
his lore is crazy. You gotta get him on the stream. I don't know if he'd be down because he's very private, but like his lore is crazy. Like, anyways, so I'm lucky enough to meet these people. I had lunch with fucking Jez and Base 16Z, so we literally hung out in person.
Yeah.
I talked about it. Yeah, I mean, I forget your question. It was like about the messaging or the cabal or what we're thinking about, but yeah, I mean, we're holders of the token. I mean, Jez sold a bit, but I think this brings up something that I do want to say is like, don't ever feel bad about selling a token, right? Like it's very different if like I'm going out and saying, hey, I'm really bullish hype, and then I go after the stream and sell. Like that would be at a minimum like unethical, at a maximum like potentially illegal, right? So I would never do that. But never let friends or people or your own biases or people on Twitter, these fucking people on Twitter sort of bully you into not selling. The whole purpose of this game is to buy tokens for cheap and sell them for more and compound into Bitcoin or compound into cash if that's what I recommend compounding to Bitcoin, but compounding to cash if that's what you index to. Never ever feel bad about managing your own book. Never ever feel bad about selling. It's your own fucking life, right? Like, yeah, your friends might get you. It's all kumbaya. It's all this and that. But like, dude, it's your life. It's your book. You have to make decisions for yourself. I know if you're all in a trade together, and I know if you all feel like, hey, we all bought this token together. Like, don't sell. Don't use your friends as exit liquidity. Fuck that, dude. Dude, you are managing your own portfolio. It's your life. You're allowed to sell. It's your right to buy. It's your right to sell, right? And so I have people message me all the time where they're like, I'm afraid to sell, but this is life-changing money for me. And I tell them, sell. God damn it, like sell. Like it's your life. Like I'm not your boss. I don't control you. Like you made the financial purchase to buy, and it's your right to sell, right? And so that I think is a really important thing. We saw that in NFTs to some extent, right? Where people were like, oh, I don't want to leave the community, right? Oh, I don't want to. And then there was this demonization of people, cheating their punks or their apes or whatever. Well, guess what? Like those people were right. The whole point is you buy things, we do things. It's not a charity. We're not running charities here, right? We're playing a PvP game. We're trading against each other. I might be in the order book. You might get the better of me today. I might get the better of you tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I want to come out of the arena with more money. That's my fucking goal. That's why I'm playing this game. That's why I'm dedicating my life and my time to this. So don't ever feel bad about selling. I know people are making fun of Jez or people for selling Hyperliquid, but like, dude, that's their right. They're managing their own book. You don't know if they've rebought. You don't know if they sold or moved wallets or anything. Like, you have no idea what these people are doing. So, don't ever feel bad about selling. Trade your own fucking book. It's your life, dude. You have agency.
All right, here's my question for you then, Flood, is on the back end of that, and even comparing it back to the roll bit excerpt you talked about, how do you exit and know when to exit a position of this scale at this size?
Yeah. So I've got to be a little bit private about this. When you're trading a really, really sizable position, I mean, this is level. Yeah, giving you the exact. I'll tell you my exact take profits. I'm actually taking profit at every repeating digit market cap. So 11 billion, 22 billion, 33 billion, 44 billion, 55, 66, 77, and then maybe at 88. I might be fully out, or I might just be retired, or not even give a fuck, and it might be a forever hold as like a trophy. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like you just got to stay critical. Like you can't really plan for the future here. You really just have to say like, look, I'm taking it day by day, or week by week, or month by month. Whenever you are, evaluating your portfolio, whenever you need to, you got to consider tax. You got to consider life obligations, friends, family, etc. If you're taking care of people. And so, it could change. It could change day by day, minute by minute for me. But I really am looking at this right now as close to a forever hold. I haven't really had this high conviction since I found Bitcoin, candidly. And this is what I know. This is my bread and butter. Like, I'm all about trading. It's the only thing I've done for a decade. So when I see a good trading product, I'm like, fuck, I want to own as much as possible of it.
Red, you heard that?
That's nuts. It makes me sick, honestly.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
I have to ask then. Actually, I don't even know what the fuck to say after that. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, hyperliquid.
I want to give some perspective too. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's hard to buy something when it's up a lot because you're like, fuck, I
Yes.
should have bought it. There's all this, oh my God, like I'm holding other stuff. I don't want to rebalance. I think it's easy to buy something that even if it might be a little higher price than you want to buy, when you take profits from something, when you have a winning trade and you're like, all right, let me throw 10% of my winning trade into this. Like, this is house money anyways, right? So if it's a good asset, like, do I think Bitcoin's super value at 100 grand? Like, I don't know, right? Like, I'm not dumping my whole portfolio into it, right? Sailor would tell me I'm an idiot and then it's going to 1 million. And I'd say the same, thing to people about Hyperliquid at 6. But I think ultimately, like, it's a lot easier mentally when you're like, hey, like, all right, I got a W, I made 10 grand or $500 or whatever is a decent amount of money to you. Let me throw 10% of it into Hyperliquid. Let me throw 5% of it into Bitcoin. And that's what I've done with my portfolio for a long time. I have a W, stick some into cash, stick some into something I want to own, regardless of price, and then buy some Bitcoin with it. And so far, that's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Buy some stocks with it if that's your thing, right? Yeah.
That's what I've been saying to the boys of the house. Like, why hold USDC? You can just hold like Hyperliquid. That's what I did when I made the bid. I just had like 250K of USDC sitting in the wallet, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about holding this in case fucking market dips or whatever. I fuck it. Go put it into Hyperliquid. But I feel you on it. It is hard to buy stuff when
Yeah.
a lot of people are up a lot on it. But that's on the flip side. What I've liked so much about this trade and this community, the hype community, is that it doesn't feel fake. Like, it doesn't feel like these guys are woe longing me, like trying to
No.
get us to buy it here, because I think we all just believe it's undervalued in the market. I like I'm gonna steal the 1 billion, 40 billion. That's the
Yeah.
arb here. That's so good.
I
For
mean, if
people
it's
that are
cheap, it's
interested,
cheap, right?
yeah, for people that are interested in getting into it, obviously you're going to hear about all the other coins in the hype ecosystem. How do you think about, for new people, R&R for hype versus per or H fund, or these lower cap things in the ecosystem? Because I know that's the question I'm seeing all the time. Oh, Hyperliquid's too high. What about these other ones? How do you think about that?
I think it's the biggest mistake you can make, honestly. I
Whoa,
think a lot of
whoa.
people, make the mistake of getting too cute, right? They're like, oh, I
Mm,
missed hype, or oh, I missed Solana. I'll give you an example. I made this trade. I tell this story all the time because it's really humbling. So me and Sisyphus were both really long ETH. We had tons of ETH exposure, and then me and him grabbed lunch, and he's like, "I'm selling all my ETH for Solana, and if you don't, like, you're an idiot." And I was like, "Okay, you sound like a moron, man." Solana's at $40. Well, guess what? Solana's now at $200, and I'm the fucking moron, right? And so I think people overcomplicate just owning the best asset. Yes, it
mm.
might not 100x, but the downside is also capped because you're owning something that has passive bid, and the bottom might not just fall out of it. That's the danger with meme coins. That's why they're kind of hard for me to trade, is because I'm like, oh my God, if I'm not locked in for a day, if I want to if I want to go ski for a day, like my meme coin portfolio might get blitzed. Like,
Yeah,
the F and
100%.
F guys or base might get me, like all my soul is going to go to his wallet, right? Um, and so, yeah, I think just own the best asset. Like, if you look at the ratios of a lot of these altcoins with Bitcoin or with ETH or with Sol, like, most of them are down, right? Like, yeah, you might get a nice, high beta or a period of outperformance, but long term, a lot of these things underperform, right? And also on a liquidity and a volatility adjusted basis, right? they underperform. So, especially to the downside. Like, what do you think would happen if Bitcoin went minus 10% right now? Like, hype would be off by double-digit percentage, almost definitely, right? But per and all this other stuff is going to be down like 50%,
Yeah.
Like, just because people, what do people go to sell? They go to trim their smaller positions. They go to sell, these other altcoins that are like rounding errors in their portfolio, and they try and consolidate, and they're like, fuck, what do I own? So I think, there isn't that like strong bid that's like, oh, this is on my list, and if the market goes down, I know I'm buying this token. I don't think people are really scanning for the other altcoins like that either. My advice would be keep it simple, especially if you're more passively managing. I mean, if you're sitting there every day and you're trading and you're managing and you got the information flow, then yeah, I mean, venture out on the risk curve. But if you're like, hey, I want exposure to something, like buying Sol, and if that's not volatile enough, if you're like, hey, like I'm a vol soldier, like I want like a 200 vol asset, then 2x long hype, 3x long hype, right? Like, okay, up the exposure, right? Sure, do it. If you want more volatility, own the best asset and own more of it. Go for it. And yes, there's more risk, but you're not paying the illiquidity premium and the added like tail risk of these other tier 2 assets. There's right. What does Sailor say? No second best. Like, yeah, there's no second best for a fucking reason, right?
Are you sitting in one chair? Hey, someone.
Dude, I really like that.
Go ahead, Frank.
Go for it.
Nah, go.
I was gonna say, I really like that because we think about this all day, but I don't know, something about the way you just said, just like the idea of what's your goal, like hold the best coins. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, on God, like I could get more multiples on X, Y, or Z, but if I'm putting money into something, it'd be nice to like hold the best coins. Just as a general thought, I don't know, it just hit me. That was sick.
Totally.
That was a lot. Yeah.
Totally.
Right. Go.
Hey,
go.
so
yeah, I mean, keep it simple. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you about in Silico next, but someone asked this in the chat. I think it's kind of an interesting question. Is if this trading game is so PvP, then why come on streams like this and educate your opponents?
I am very thankful for the people who have educated me, and I think crypto has this sort of collective openness. I mean, it is open source software, right? And so we sort of, I think, pay that forward, or there's a culture of sharing. I mean, I'm on Twitter. It's no secret about what I fucking own. And yeah, if more people buy Hyperliquid, it's good for me. Someone says he's shilling my bags. Yeah, that's the fucking point. Yeah. And I'm bringing some wisdom as well. I'm bringing some experience, right? But yeah, that's why I'm here, is to educate people about my bag. So hopefully you, at some point in the future, buy it. Of course. Of course, that's why I'm here. I like Thread Guy. I like Frank. I like the stream. I try and stay in touch with the culture. You never want to be fucking, out of touch or some sort of weirdo, and just sort of lose yourself a bit or forget where you came from. But yeah, of course. I mean, why educate? I mean, I'm not too worried about people beating us either, right? Like, I think, I'm pretty good at what I do, and, a lot of people will listen, but there's only 600 people here. It's not like I'm sitting educating every single person in the world, and not everyone's going to apply it, right? Some people are going to go out and be like, all right, I'm gonna 100x long whiff or something. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do, and you want to take a high vol approach to your portfolio construction, like whatever, like I'm struggling to find I don't want to get clipped too bad. But like, dude, people, I'm not too worried about, alpha decay or something. Like there's a big enough market for, good decisions and you to make returns based off of it. Like what I'm saying is not going to change anything. Like, I'm humble enough to know that, like, listen, I'm a small fish in a massive market, in an even more massive capital market world. Like, hopefully I help some people, and maybe that gets paid back to me. Maybe you remember the stream and you come back and you're like, yo, I'm cooking up something good. I like your thought process on life. I like the way that you approach things in finance. I would like you to be a part of this company I'm building, or I would like to, look for you to advice, or I'm going to pay it backwards. I'm working on something interesting. Can you help me think about it? Like, how do you think you get in these positions? It's not by needing it away in your room and not making friends. Like, yes, this is a combat sport, but it doesn't mean that you can't share ideas with people you trust, right? So yeah, anyways, that's it.
That was hella based.
Yeah.
I guess that leaves us to can you give us like a rundown on In Silico and like what you're working on, what you're building, and we could talk about maybe the holdings after?
Sure. Yeah. We'll go into the holdings right after, and then I have a few questions for you guys. I can't let you guys have all the questions because I always want to learn whenever I come on something. But In Silico started as like a project internally for our traders. I'm not super technical. I'm the first person to admit that. And I was like, wow, Exchange UIs fucking suck. And I'm kind of too retarded to use the API, right? Or it's just like, I don't really want to spend time relearning like, CS classes. So, okay, I asked my really talented people at my firm, hey, can you build me something that just makes my life easier? And a few of them built different projects. Like I sort of did a bounty almost for building, a more performant way to trade, more customizable and uniform across all these different exchanges where like, buttons are in different places on some exchanges and it's fucking annoying. Like I'm a bit autistic. So like I want everything to look the same. I want to know, especially when I'm making a big trade for a large amount of money to me, like I want to know where every single fucking button is and exactly how it's going to work and the latency, what it's going to feel like. You want to almost feel the market, right? And so that's where it came from. And then there was this, we opened it to some friends and we opened it to some other people who were interested, high volume traders. And then we opened it to the public and, now we have thousands of daily active users, tens of thousands of monthly active users. We do, 1 to 2, sometimes more $1 billion in volume a day through our, servers. And we take user privacy very seriously. So I started by creating this thing called the crypto cartel, where I looked at all these paid discords with all these people who LARPed and like, had like $200 in their BitMEX account. And I was like, dude, this is bullshit. You guys don't even trade. You're giving people bad advice. Like I'll give it out for free. I'll zero it out for free. And my reward is that I'll get some clout and maybe I'll meet some friends, some like-minded people. That was the same approach I took to this product. And I think I take to a lot of products, which is like, if you put it out for free and it's well received, you'll figure out a way to monetize it later. And so we monetize nothing from the users. We monetize it all through broker rebates. And so we actually get a percentage of fees that the exchange would otherwise get. So there's no cost passed to the user. We don't record any client data, any order positions, any stop losses, anything. Yes, I do have a trading firm, but there is no overlap of employees. It is completely firewall. I take these extremely seriously because I think reputation is everything in life. I think if you're a piece of shit and you take a short-term mindset, you are going to cut yourself from a lot of potentially like large outcomes, right? If we're all in this game together, Thread Guy and Frank, if you guys are in crypto for 10 years, where do you think you're going to be? I mean, you're going to be sitting on a large capital base. You're going to be really, I think, probably extremely successful guys. You guys are hustlers. You'll be in a position where you can make shit happen. But if no one wants to work with you because you're a piece of shit, well, that really limits your capital universe. That really limits your ability to get things done, right? And so we take this long-term mindset for stuff we do where we're like, hey, like instead of cutting corners, like, yeah, we might make less money, but like we'd rather do things the right way and the users will come. And so far that's worked. And yeah, we're the #1 broker in the world right now. Some days we do more volume than some of these OTC desks, all for free, right? And yeah, I get fucking paid on it. I make millions of dollars from it. Yes, I'll be the first person to tell you that at a party if you ask. But, I'm not running a charity here, right? Like I'm not running a charity. Like I am not, what does Arthur say? I'm a businessman, not a priest. If you want to go do charity work or you want to go work in a church or you want to fucking, do something positive with your life, great, go do that. We're in finance, dude, right? I'm doing things because I think I'm going to make money from them. So, yes, we do well at Terminal. And I see these fucking geeks online who are like, they do this, they're hunting users, they're doing that. No, we don't, and it's hard to do things the right way, but I know that it pays off. There's a really good book about this. It's Steve Schwartzman's about Blackstone. And, Blackstone, this guy is the GOAT. I mean, a lot of people talk about Buffett. He's turned, $440,000 into 125 billion of AUM, right? And he takes this approach of like, I'm going to be as ethical as possible. I'm not going to fuck people over. I'm going to be good to my partners because I'm not in this game for a quarter. I'm not in this game for a year. I'm in this game for 30 years and I want my firm to be here for 300 years, right? And it's hard to take that approach in crypto where there is a lot of fast money to be made. But my advice to you guys would be do things the right way, and it'll pay off.
That was so based. Also, Chad is glazing the UX of the product right now.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, Terminal is amazing. We're trying to do things the right way. But, again, like, yeah, I mean, have we thought about monetizing it? For sure, for sure. But, I'm an honest guy. Like, I like making money. But at the end of the day, I think taking that long-term mindset and providing good user trading experience for people is important. And it's actually really important on Hyperliquid because, when you execute a TWAP via the UI, it's broadcasted to the chain, your intent, right? Your notional order size is broadcasted to the chain. When you use us, assuming that we're not doing anything with your data, right? Which you have to draw that conclusion yourself. Your notional order size, the size of your TWAP is hidden from the market because they don't know how large it's going to be. So we are semi-privatizing the order flow, and we're building more privacy solutions as well, because I know a lot of large traders' concerns are like, and even small traders are like, hey, I don't want to get stop hunted. I don't want this. I want more privacy aspects for trading on chain, and we're building that. That's our main focus right now. So yeah.
I fucking love it. I guess that leaves us, Mr. Flood, to the question everybody wants to know, the never before revealed information. How much hype does InSilico Terminal have?
Yeah. So let me pull that up. It may not be a lot for some people. It may be a lot for others. Let's see. Can we see this on the Twitch?
It says you ended it.
I have to. Okay.
Yeah, redo it. Holy.
Yeah.
Chat, we need some W's for this shit, chat. Now let's see, it's loading.
Loading.
Oh, keep sending.
The number is too big.
I know, it doesn't fit on the screen, I think.
It doesn't fit on the screen, chat.
So,
there it is.
So this is our treasury reserves. This is our strategic hype reserve. This is what we've bought. I can show you the chart. There is not a single sell since the inception of, look at this, right? Sorry, it's a little laggy here, but there's there's not a single sell on this chart. This is what we've been accumulating for InSilico Terminal. When I say that we have high conviction, I mean it. And let me see if I can zoom in here for people to see.
Hyper strategy.
Yeah, but we go all in when we have conviction and we have ideas. We go all in. And yeah, I mean, refresh, no LARP, proof of no LARP, right?
Now
guys,
I believe.
I mean, this is this is it.
Yeah.
So, I also own a considerable amount of hype. This is just for InSilico Terminal, but this is because we wanted alignment with the Hyperliquid community, and we wanted to show that we're all in long term. I mean, this wallet is publicly trackable, and I wanted to show you guys something funny. So you can customize your username, and so this will load in a second. But let me exit this out.
It always takes a bit, and then I remember the top ones are like, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff.
Those are some of my friends. This is taking a little while. Apologies, guys. Sometimes it's a little bit slow. But let me refresh. L internet.
W stream though.
This page always takes a bit.
Yeah, this always takes a second. But in the meantime, while this is loading, oh, here we go. Hi, thread guy.
That's
you guys can look it up yourself.
Fucking
but yeah. So, anyways.
No shot.
That's so.
Anyways,
funny.
guys. So
Holy
that's
fuck, dude.
Yeah. So we're pretty high conviction. I have my own.
I've never had a
positions as well,
500K position feel so small. I was like, fuck, dude. I'm holding my 20K hype for fucking dear life, dude. This is sick. Wow.
I don't want to get too philosophical, but comparison's the thief of joy, right? Like Everyone,
course. Yeah.
you know, it's never good. I think it clouds your judgment when you're like, oh, I made X, but my friend made Y. Like if they're truly your boys and you're truly mature as a person, you're gonna be like, all right, that motivates me. Teach me.
For
Can
real.
you tell me like what did I miss here? Or, like, you know what I mean? That's why we're having this dialogue, right? If you guys have a huge come up, as a person, I'm gonna be like, fuck, why wasn't I there? Like I saw people making crazy money on meme coins, and I'm like, what am I missing? But I took the time and educated myself, and I was like, okay, I don't think I have that much edge here. But you
Yeah.
gotta look out for yourself, your boys, everything. I have some questions for you guys. We're nearing the end of the year. What are the biggest lessons, or just single lesson, or whatever that you learned this year that you're gonna apply to next year, right? Because there's one thing where it's like, okay, I learned this, and not much can be done about it. What's something that you were like, this is what I'm gonna do different, or based on this experience, based on this knowledge, this is what I'm gonna do different next?
Frank, you
Right, you go
start.
first.
Now you start.
No,
All right.
Um,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
there you go.
No, go
No,
ahead.
no, no, you go.
My
Stop,
all right, this is my biggest lesson I think I learned in the bear market and did not apply, and I'm actively applying it right now. I've been running around the house saying this for the last like 3 months, that everybody else is retarded and I'm not, because I did way too much 2023, all through the bear market and W subs flood. I did way too much borrowing conviction, and I'm currently doing this with GOAT as the only example as I have. But when I feel like I see asymmetric opportunity in the market that everybody else doesn't see, I'm separating myself from the timeline and what accounts I have notifications on for, and other traders that I believe in think, and trying to like really size up into the bags in the positions I have conviction on. So what I've really been trying to do is build and formulate my own opinions, my own conviction, write the shit down in the journal, and like convince myself to size into the bag. Because I definitely did not. 2023, my biggest mistake was the positions I went largest in were because other people were bullish on them. I didn't even have a thesis on them, and I got fucking burned. The first one that comes to mind is crypto valleys. I lost half of my port on a bag I didn't even believe in because the people around me were max long, max convicted in it. So I've really tried to put myself in a bubble as much as I can and size up and size in to the conviction that I believe in, and not like borrow it from outside parties, which is what I feel like you've demonstrated with this hype trade more than anything. It's like, yeah, the timeline's bullish on it, a lot of people are in on it, but it wasn't necessarily like the consensus to farm this super heavy months beyond, or I would have been doing it, Frank would have been doing it, we all would have been doing it. So that's kind of my takeaway.
For me,
Yeah.
I think it's like never accept that you're a fish. Like I'm trying to think. Poker taught me a lot of this too, where if something looks intimidating or hard, just don't either close yourself off from it, but at the same time, like, understand that you're not good and your goal is to like get good. Yeah, so I think that's been the biggest one, where like whether it's poker, now with like trading, or we call it AI investing or whatever. You start out sucking, but don't accept that reality. Just like keep grinding it until you get better. But I don't know, man. I haven't been as internally, I'm curious how you deal with this. Like, I feel like there's so much new stuff happening all the time that internal development lags because you're focused so much on like externally analyzing all the new stuff happening. How do you? I didn't mean to ask you a question in return, but I respect I respect your answer on this. How do you balance that, like your personal development with seizing opportunities and dominating the market?
I mean,
If you do balance
bear
it.
markets are for building, bull markets are for using all the time and the work and the effort and the preparedness to execute, right? There's downtimes in markets, and you need to make sure that instead of becoming apathetic and complacent, and it's really easy to be like, oh, everything's over, fuck it, this market's a scam, my portfolio's down every day, this is terrible. Yeah, you can't really do anything about that. Fucking sucks. I lost a ton of money on FTX, right? And I had other personal issues as well. And, I think you gotta say, well, look, like, I gotta work when everyone else isn't. And when everyone else is trying to catch up, that's when I need to realize my advantage, right? And I think you can't cover everything. You're not going to hit every trade, right? Like you can't. It's impossible. And copy trading never ever works. You need to do the work yourself, right? Like, yeah, I can copy off you for a test or something, and I might get a good grade, but that doesn't fucking work in investing all the time, right? Yeah, it might fly, but then the teacher's like, explain it. Okay,
Yeah.
show your work, prove it, right? If you can't do it, then you can't replicate it, and you might as well have just played a hand of baccarat or something, right? Like you're just gambling,
Yeah.
So there is edge in this market. People are making crazy money, and you're right. That mentality from poker, like, dude, I was so intimidated when I sat down at the 5-10 table for the first time. That was an insane amount of money to me, and I got set over set on the must move.
Oh,
Brutal.
yeah.
Brutal. I got set over set on the must move. I didn't even make it to the main game, right? But
Yeah.
I think you don't I mean it's one of those bullshit like life things, and I'll leave it at this, but like, okay, the guy who wakes up every day and is like, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna be better than yesterday, I'm gonna move forward. Human happiness is progression, or even the illusion that you're progressing in life, versus the person who wakes up every day and is like, I suck, I always get unlucky. Those guys, and those people in life. You might be friends with some of them, and nothing goes my way. Stay the fuck away from those people and don't be a person like that. But we all revert to that when we feel like life's unfair. And it is sometimes. Sometimes you're just genuinely running that, right? But you need to have the strength and the perseverance to say, I'm going to fucking push forward. I'm going to work harder. Yeah, we're down bad. We got rugged. Portfolio's down. I might have to cut back on some of the lifestyle stuff too. I might have to check in with myself. I might have to check in with friends and family, center myself, ground myself, remind myself this is real money. And then you put in the work, and then it's too late. You shouldn't be working during the bull market. Like, now's the time to execute. Like, if you haven't shipped, if you're not ready, that's fine. You can make up for lost time for sure by outworking people. But yeah, bear markets are for building. Bull markets are for fucking executing. And yeah, let's go. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you, man.
I feel very special to be here. I'm glad, like, I've been doing the podcast circuit a little bit, but like, I'm glad I got to end it here. Like, this is really, like, you guys have a cool stream. I tune in and watch your stream all the time. Like, I might not always talk in chat, but yeah, it's always great to pop in, and I always got Twitch up. So anyways,
W flood, dude.
Anyways, and W chat. You guys were fucking honestly, W chat.
Hey, W
Hopefully
chat, W
feels blessed.
flood. Hey, thanks for the time, bro. I heard you say, I think on Rect Radio, that you were done on the podcast circuit. You still made the time
I
here,
know.
so we're grateful for it, honestly.
Nah, we had to come check in with young grinders, bro. Like I was at one point. I still try and keep that mentality, and yeah, dude. I mean, whatever. Rules are meant to be broken, right? Thanks again, guys. Love you all.
Thank you, man. Love you too, man.
We got to hang in person sometime. If you guys are in my undisclosed area of the world, I'll let you guys know. And
Sick, dude.
yeah, guys, chat soon. W chat, and peace, everybody.
All right, Flood.
Peace.
Hey, Frank, come downstairs.
Dude, that was
Come downstairs. Come downstairs.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Come downstairs right now. Come downstairs. Come downstairs. Go downstairs. Oh no, my camera's broken. It's okay. Come downstairs. Hey, John, what is up? Frank. Wait, let me fix the camera. You're good. Bring a chair. Yo, bro.
That guy, chat, was a clear fucking thinker.
I'm not gonna lie. That was fuck, dude. That had me. What? All right, takeaways. Go. What did you learn from thinking USD? Flood.
I thought the best bar from the whole thing was just like his analysis on the $1 billion versus $40 billion, and that just makes it such an obvious trade. And I don't know, I love that frame of thinking. And the other thing too, I know he said it kind of casually, but the good coin thing. He's like, okay, can you buy PERD, you buy all these other hyperliquid coins? It's like, well, just hold the good coin, The
other thing he said was like, imagine your entire portfolio right now was just cash, would you rebuy the same coins?
Yeah.
You know what the best part was? I would buy more GOAT.
You gonna buy some hyperliquid after this or what? We gotta figure it out, dude.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys hold some fucking hype. I don't know how you watch that.
Honestly,
And now I want to at least own a little bit. Come on.
people like that is why I like to do the stream. And it's just so fascinating when you hear someone that's like so confident in the way that they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could have asked that guy. Like I feel like I could have asked him any question, any curveball, anything, and try to press him, try to get him on a gotcha, and he just like is so he doesn't think he knows. He's so confident in like his thought process that it's wild. He's a D1 yapper. I wonder where he ranks on this Kaito Yap list. He's a D1 fucking yapper.
Yeah. That's always funny. He starts off like not financial advice, and then like, you don't feel bad if you sell. And the whole thing is like you're a fucking retard if you sell.
Fucking pussy. Like,
no, it's so good. No, I think I wish I could re-answer his last question because I think actually,
Me too.
As I was walking down, I was like, I think our goal is like just be clearer thinkers.
that is honestly.
This is actually it. Like, what I noticed even with Uber Mendez when you had him on, like these guys are just hyper clear when they're thinking, and
This is why I'm trying to double down on. Everyone else is retarded. I'm not, so I have to think.
Yeah.
Because I'm sometimes I borrow way too much conviction. I get stuck in my environment. Like you start, staying up till 4 a.m. I'm staying up till 4 a.m. It's like no. Everyone else is retarded. I'm not. Like I need to form my own conviction for myself, so that when fucking price goes down, I'm not a little fucking pussy.
Same thing for chat, right? Like we'll have a bunch of AI founders on here, but at the end of the day, the reason we're having them on here is so you can make the assessment, yourself. Like we're gonna ask all the questions. Same thing with this hype thing. It's like you still have to make the assessment yourself, and I don't know. I like that. Like that's a big theme going into next year is independent thinking.
Dude, I hope we get to meet him.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Also,
that Cabal invite, low key.
He casually
how much hype do I need, Flood?
He casually dropped that Sisyphus clip too. You heard that?
What?
He had lunch with Sisyphus and was like, "Yo, I'm swapping all my ETH to Sol at $40." And
Yeah, that was crazy.
Bro, you retarded. What? He just like glazed over that. That's a lot.
Yeah,
What,
that's
right
crazy.
now, 240.
Yeah, something like that. Something like.
It's just, I would love to wake up in the morning and know that guy is doing the podcast circuit, chilling my bags.
Oh my God.
That's gotta be feel good.
Oh my God.
You have to wake up tomorrow. No wonder you're so happy this morning. You wake up with just like a little pep. It is a beautiful day today.
I was not worried about my hype back
The sun
morning.
is shining today. If you really think about it,
Real. All right, I'm gonna let you sign off.
dude, go.
Chat, that was awesome, man. That was super fun. Thanks for letting me on there too.
Yeah, thanks for W questions, Frank. Also, he's tapped in with Twitch too. Talking about, hey, signing off a W chat is how you fucking know, bro. That guy signed off a W fucking chat. Honestly, man, I'm telling you, like, the reason that I do these streams is because people like that. And the thing that I respect about someone like Flood is, yeah, like here's what I'll tell you this, chat. I'll tell you this. The thing that I respect about somebody like Flood is his like archetype of person in crypto traditionally hates people like me because they see me, they see the hair, they see the booty tee, and they're like, this guy's a fucking LARP. This guy's a LARP. This guy's not in the order books like I'm in the order books. Like, fuck, he's young. Fuck this kid. But the people that are actually down to take the extra 30 seconds and really look, like, what's he really about? He said he listened to the stream. He was in the Taiki stream. He was giving subs. People that like really take a second to be like, what is this kid actually about? What is this? What's the vibe really about? And they take a second and they look at it and they're like, oh, like he's for real. Like he's really out here. He's really trying. He's really grinding. Like even Frank. A lot of people are really quick to hate on Frank, and then you actually dive in. You look at the on-chain transactions. You look at the P&L, and you're like, oh, like he really does this. And then they're like, yeah, like I am, because to be honest, bro, he went on all the biggest shows. He went on Taiki, he went on Rec Radio, he went on all the biggest shows, and he talked to all the, he did the podcast circuit, and he said last week on Rec Radio, I think last Thursday, he was like, I'm done with podcasts. Like I'm not doing it anymore. I don't need to do it anymore. I already showed my bags. I don't need to do it anymore. And I was like, yo, Flood, like I want to talk to you. I need you on. And he did it. Like he did it. He was down to do it. He was down to come on. He came on. He revealed the Insilico Holdings, which was fucking sick. His name on the leaderboard says "Thank you, Thread Guy." He comes on. He comes in here. He donates 500 fucking subs. He says W chat before he signs off. Like first of all, to y'all, to say W chat before he signs off, like that's sick. Come on, who else is doing that, right? Like he's really tapped in, and I think that's the shit that I'm like, all right. It's love, man. It's love. Like I'm grateful for that. So, Mr. Flood, we're grateful for that. What should I put for him in the YouTube thumbnail? Hey, take the screenshot of me, Frank, and Flood in Discord and put his PFP over his Discord name. And we'll work on the title together because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna say this. Chat, I don't know how y'all, how do y'all think? How do y'all feel? Was that the best interview we've done? Was that the best interview we've done? It's gotta be up there, right? Andy is up there. Who else? Is that the best one we've done? It's gotta be close. It's gotta be top 3. Andy was a great one. Schlom's was a great one. Maine is always great. Actually, I'm gonna call Maine right now. Chat, you want me to call Maine? Chat, you want me to call Maine? Let's see if he answers me, chat. Let's see if he answers me. 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 Hey, minus or if he doesn't answer chat. Minus or if he doesn't answer chat. What's up, hashing? Minus or if he doesn't answer.
You have reached Dylan. After leaving a message, you can.
So, chat. He's public. He's hella public with it. He's hella public with it. But hey, all right, last thing, chat. Last thing. That was mandatory. Hey, last thing. Go back in this VOD. No, I didn't. He already is. Chill. Go back in this VOD. Go back in this VOD and clip. I think honestly, chat, they're absolutely undeniably is a million views of clips in this stream. There's a million views of clips undeniably in this stream. Unfucking deniably. Hey, chat, actually, I was gonna rug it. Do you want Mando on? You want me to call Mando? For 20, 30 minutes? Chat, you want me to call Mando or no? You want me to rug it or do you want me to call Mando? Rugger Mando. Yeah? Y'all want me to call Mando, chat? No, bro, Banks did not release a fucking token, man. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all want me to call Mando? Yeah? Alright. Alright, let me piss real quick, chat. Let's call Mando. Hey, how cool is this life, by the way? We get to just fucking wake up, talk to sick people. How sick is our life, dude? Bro, Banks did not release a token. You guys are wrong. Hey, the other day, I think it was Shania chat, dropped off these crumble cookies, bro. I've never eaten these before. Bro. I gotta get one more, hold on. Hey, L diet, chat, L diet. L diet, chat.
Later come back from war, bro.
OT, bro. That's where it's at. Hey. L diet, chat. L diet. It's so good, bro. It's so good. All right. Man. Hey, I need to see some clips too, chat. Bro, you ever had one of these before? Has anyone had one of these before? I'm the second one. Bro, I need 1,500. Did you blow at Basil? No. I left early. Elliot. Wait on the title though. We gotta get the what's the title be for the flood interview, chat? What's your title be? Oh, let me fix the pin. I didn't eat the whole. What up, buddy? Come here. What up, Bo?
You about to call Moodang Mando right now?
You listen to any of the flood or no?
I did.
Guy's a what do you think of him?
I think it's fucking insane. I hate that I don't own any, bro.
Me too,
It's so fucking annoying.
Me too. Look at this fucking
Bruh.
Hey, I'm not gonna say we pumped this, but all I'm saying is the interview story was right here. Where's my favorite coin? Ugh, God, dude. Just sick of this shit.
Almost back in your range.
So fucking sick of this fucking coin.
How do you, like, why does it retrace the entire OKX fucking pump?
No,
I'm not.
Fuck you.
Fucking Moodang did the same thing.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
You know why?
No, you ever think about it? Fuck you, man.
You know why, guys?
Oh, fuck you.
You know why?
What?
It's fucking Wintermute, bro. Who else has the tokens to sell?
Wintermute. Alright, I'm calling
So
him. I'm calling
annoying,
Mando.
bro.
I'm calling Mando. Fuck
So
you, man.
fucking annoying.
Live with Mando.
Mando has been exposing Wintermute. I actually want to know what he thinks is.
Chat, clip the Wintermute shit, by the way.
We can fuck with their business, bro. If you're a new coin coming up, sign a different market maker, bro. Fuck
Bro,
Wintermute.
please, bro. I'm sick of this Wintermute shit. I need pause. Hey. Anyone who clipped Elliot, especially, can you send everything you clipped, even if you didn't post it, send it to Pasta 2. Send it to Pasta 2. Cause he can help. Have Pasta help with that. Yeah, send everything to Pasta. We need to get 1 million views out of. We need to get 1 million views out of flood clips on Twitter. 1 million, that's the number. There's got to be a couple 250,000 view clips in there, undeniably. We just got to go get them. Hey, the views are out there. Someone just got to claim them. I'm calling Mando. You can pull out phones, so you don't have to. You want some or no?
Are you gonna wear them?
Gato cheese. Chat. There's 250,000. No, there's 1 million views. Someone just got to claim them. We're going to go claim them, chat. 1 million views. Someone just got to take them. Hey, can we get some W's from Mando? Can we get some W's from Mando? I love this dude, chat. Give him some W's. Yeah. What do I have to do
Wait,
today?
can I go get a beverage real quick?
Sure. Bring me like a Diet Coke or a tea or something. Hold up. Camera on, camera off. Mando volume. Yo. What's up, dude?
You hear me okay?
Yeah, you
This
sound
works
great.
this time?
Yeah, fuck yeah. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thanks for the subs,
You're good,
bro.
man. Yeah, I had to give you 100 subs. Then you called up Maine. Those are sloppy seconds.
Hey, flood's a chat.
Oh no!
Main's
Oh, what am I
left.
doing, bro?
He's a. You ever talked to? Oh, you had him. I listened to your. W sponsor. I listened to your rec radio with him. It was sick.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Flood's a Chad. ABM was talking about how him and Flood used to trade together, and Flood made like $150 million in KPMs.
Bitmax, right?
Yeah, something like that. It's lever trading. I think he crushed it on RLB. Like I was in RLB with him at one stage.
He said he should have sold it all when they dropped the dual arena.
Yeah. Who knows what happened with that token?
Hey,
But,
do these have caffeine in it or no?
No.
It's pretty
No
good.
caffeine.
I like no sponsor. It's pretty good. I actually fuck with it.
You know what? Like, I'll give you an honest review. Like, I drink one of them, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can drink all of them. And then I've just gone through dozens of them. Like, actually dozens of them. Like, they're actually just very easy to drink.
It's got like a little kick. It tastes like a White Claw a little bit.
Yeah. Like, it's not like a really strong taste necessarily. So, like, you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I love this, but then you can drink them easy. So.
Hey,
yeah,
what time is it for you right now?
Midnight, remaining.
Oh, I thought it was later.
I get up late, work late.
Okay, nice. Can you? I got a lot of questions for you. Goat's the same price it was when we talked 3 weeks ago. Can you give me a take on this Wintermute thing? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, sure. So this is tough because I don't want to FUD them too badly. But Wintermute, I know them from TradFi, right? Like a lot of these guys used to be market makers in lots of different markets. They all kind of work originally at either Jane Street or one of these firms in TradFi, and then they move over. But them as a firm, like, you think they're a market maker, and you think that, like, oh, they're going to help pump the bag. And there are market makers that do that, right? There are market makers in certain geographies that will be like, yeah, give us some of the supply. We're gonna do a job here. Wintermute are a delta neutral market maker. What does that mean? So that means, in general, they will try and get their tokens listed on exchanges for futures, and then they will go long the spot and they'll go short the futures. And why do they do that? If they do that, that's kind of what Athena's been doing with ETH and Bitcoin, if you've been watching. But they could, when you go long futures, any sort of meme product, meme coin, is normally you have to pay funding, right? If you short it, you get that funding. And with most tokens, most meme coins, it's like 50 to 100% APY. So they sit there on these positions where they're like long the spot and short the futures, and they earn 50 to 100% APY doing it. Now, the issue is that when you get some sort of a sell-off or that funding goes down at all, they decorate the spot, right? So, like, for example, even today, like with a listing, right? Funding will go up, right? And then as it goes down, they will smash the spot lower, keep on smashing it lower, and then they'll cover their futures position. So if you saw even today, their go position went down. Like, go check out. Wintermute's wallet is public. You can see they sent about $5 million to $10 million worth of GOAT and they did the same with Mudeng when it got listed. They did the same with Mog. You know, these guys do Mog as well, right? You ever wonder why Mog gets a listing and then just goes fucking sideways for like months? Like, this is the Wintermute trade. So you have to be what you really want here, though, and this is the main benefit for them, is they get listings. Like, you're almost guaranteed that the tokens will do well. Like, this is why I'm so certain that Mudeng will get every single listing possible, because it just will. They will just get all the listings. And so you've got a really good shot of your token going to like 1 billion plus. But the bleed outs are unbelievable. And they're very painful, and they can be they don't really follow what's going on in the rest of the market. So them as a market maker, there's other market makers like DWF, which are known for very different sort of candles, or Jump, or but these guys are more delta neutral. So they put on these big basis trades, which can unwind, and they're smart about how they unwind them. So good news, often with these tokens, is not met by sustained strong price action, and you can kind of see it, right? Like, versus some of the other coins. But yeah, I also think that they will get everything listed. It's just you just have to be cognizant that that's kind of the price dynamic with them.
So do we care though if they get it listed, then it just fucking goes sideways? I guess Mog went up a lot, but like
This is the thing. Mog went up a lot, but it went sideways. It goes sideways for ages. It's going sideways right now. Like, it got that last listing, and then it's going sideways now for a little bit, and it's just the way. But Mog will get Binance. Mog will get Binance. Because it's a Wintermute coin.
So
right?
then what happens after after they get Binance? Is Wintermute just stop with the bullshit? It's too big. It's out of their hands, or like?
So the real benefit here is that you want to get your token moving from futures to spot, and Goat and Mudang both have that issue, right? Particularly Mudang, where like unbelievable amounts of trading is happening on perps, but not that much is happening on spot. So if a lot is trading on perps, often the funding is high. The more it moves from perps to spot, as in the more spot listings they get, the less Wintermute put on that trade. There's no basis trade, because the funding goes down. Like they used to do this with Pepe. Remember, they're the market maker for Pepe as well, right? Pepe used to do this for months. And then Pepe become more of a spot token, got listed everywhere for spot. It's the funding on Pepe never really gets that high anymore. So Wintermute don't do this game, but they are doing this game with your favorite meme coins from this cycle. Like they're not the market maker for Chill Guy, but they're one of the biggest holders because they're doing the same thing. They're doing it for all the memes that have high funding and a liquid like this. They'll do it. They don't even have to be your main market maker, but they'll do it.
So when you see Wintermute holding large amounts of your coins, it's good, but it's just going to be painful, or it's bad, or what do we do?
It's often short-term bearish, if I'm honest. They have a hard... So look right now, I saw today Mew actually overtook Goat as the main holding of Wintermute 3, which is like their main wallet. But for example, Mew went to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Mog went to $1 billion.
Goat went to $1 billion.
To like, they will get these coins listed everywhere, but you just got to be... This is why I said you got to know where you are on the candle. Because once it moves from futures trading to spot trading a bit more, these coins can like really go.
Why are they listing Mudang on Binance perps for like months and not listing spot?
They're trying to get a big position, and Wintermute is just fucking around.
Incentives there. The incentives are from the market makers as well. They don't need to push for spot, right? Like they're happy with. They're making so much money by it not being on spot. And then the second thing is, exchanges make way more money on perps than they do on spot, or at least Relval. They make a lot more, because think about, most people are trading like 5-10x perps, right? And they will, on average, lose more money. So there's more risk with that. So
then where are we on the fucking Goat candle then? Do you even care that we got OKX spot? Does that even matter?
I think it's a big deal.
Really?
But I think the bigger deal would be Coinbase or Binance.
Surely, yeah.
The more it gets listed for spot, the less Wintermute do this. The most bullish thing that happened today is that Wintermute don't own as much Goat as they ever did before, because that basis has gone down. Goat's funding rate is like nearly 0% again. So it's a good point. What you really don't want is funding going high on your liquid favorite meme coin and Wintermute's the trader, because then they'll destroy it.
They don't own that much Mudang right now, right? They've sold a lot of their Mudang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They sold a lot of their Mudang. So Mudang got the candle, and then Wintermute just Wintermute did a job on Mudang. And that thing went down.
How
to
are you like
following
this while it's happening?
You can check Wintermute 3. It's like
And you're just like tracking the wallet.
It's actually one of my favorites. I check it most days because it normally defines what's going to happen to my bags each day.
Wow. We should be paying more attention to this.
I do look at it
in the chat.
I look at it pretty often.
I put it in the chat. These guys have made hundreds of millions though this year. Like,
Is there anything sensitive? Is there anything sensitive in our chat if I exit out of this? No, right?
I think so.
Hope not.
So they're down to actually. Bonk is now. Goat is back to being the biggest holding, I think, just because it pumped a little bit. So they got 11 million Goat, which is not crazy.
That's a.
That's a lot of Popcat.
Limo Popcat. I hate Popcat. Drift, Chill Guy, Radium.
That's another prime example, right? Hasn't got listed for spot. Has gone sideways for months.
So annoying.
And you hope that but when it gets that spot listing, funding can change. It can really move. So
They have Act. Why the fuck do they have Act?
they often have coins in this wallet which they aren't even the main market maker for.
Damn. So Goat is their biggest holding, dude.
Goat is their biggest holding again, but it was triple that.
Really? They had $35 million of Goat?
Yeah.
You don't understand how big they were in Goat, and Mudang. Like, they were unbelievably big. And that because the basis has come down a lot, the funding, you would call it, they've really reduced these positions. So it's actually quite a healthy position right now for these coins. Today, they got out of a lot of Goat on Bybit and Kraken, it looked like. You can see, if you click on Goat on that wallet, you can see the movements, right? You can see the movements on the day.
They used to have 6.5% of Mudang. It seems like now they have like 4%.
Right.
So they're making transactions in this they're making every second.
Yeah, but they sent some Goat to.
How does this work? How are they moving $50,000
This
to
is
Goat
them,
every second?
They sent 140 grand.
Are they clicking these buttons?
I think these guys are the algo traders, so they'll have. But if you just look at the pages of what they've done on Goat even today, you can see.
Hey Mando, chat's asking, can Mando explain funding and how that works?
Yeah, sure. So, funding is just the funding that longs normally pay shorts in the market, and that's normally because in order to go long, you have to borrow the asset. So let's say I wanted to do 5x long something. You technically, to have the collateral to do that, you'd have to borrow that asset to get that amount. So normally a long will pay shorts in this market, and particularly in crypto because most people want to go long. So that means if you've ever done futures, you may not have, this may just be meme coins, but if you ever have traded perps, you'll realize that you pay some fee every 4 hours to shorts. Longs pay shorts generally. At certain points in the market, the number of shorts will, the demand for those shorts will actually outweigh the longs to such a degree that you'll get negative funding. So for example, when we got, in the last week, we had 2 big washouts, right? Bitcoin went to 90K, and at certain times their funding went negative, which means that shorts are actually paying longs. And that doesn't happen that often in the market. And that normally indicates it's going to be a big old short squeeze. Right now, funding has gone back to relatively flattish levels. But there was a time, maybe a week and a half ago, where funding for all your favorite meme coins was 100% APY that you were paying, which means that if you were putting on a $1 million perp trade, you were paying $1 million to put that on for a year. So it can be really high. And there are some people in this market, I don't know if I mentioned Athena at the start, but there are certain, this is something you can just do in crypto. If you own Goat, for example, Thread Guy, and the funding goes really high, you can just short Goat and sit there in a position where you basically will make or lose no money, but you can just clip that yield for a year. And there are funds that do that in crypto. Athena does it for the majors. It does it with Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana now. But there are certain firms like Wintermute, they'll call themselves delta neutral, which means they don't care what happens to the price because they're just sitting there and just earning the yield of that futures position.
So why does the coin hire them, Wintermute, if they're delta neutral?
What did you say, sorry?
Why does the coin hire them if they're delta neutral?
Why is the coin higher?
No, I'm saying why does the coin bring on Wintermute in the first place?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Right, higher is in that way. Yeah, so Wintermute, there was a few, right? There's Jump, there was Wintermute, there's DWF. Jump, the CEO got arrested back in June.
Kanav, right?
And
What's his name?
DWF.
The mustache?
Yeah, and DWF have always had a bit of a sordid reputation, and then made worse recently. So Wintermute have become almost very, very clear number one for market making now. So it didn't used to be like that. There did used to be a few more, and there's a few like smaller ones like Selene or like offshoots of Wintermute. Often like partners at Wintermute will go and start a new firm because they can make so much money. So there's a few more, but right now they're like the only game in town, and they're getting all the listings. So it can be really painful. But yeah, like what I would generally say is if you own a Wintermute coin, don't buy hype. Do not buy hype. If you hear a listing's coming, or you hear like some crazy good news and they have a wick up, just don't be like, oh, okay, I'm full porting this great bit of news. You'll get another shot. Wintermute they'll get up there, and then they'll probably have a little candle all the way down, and then it will go up again and all the way down. That's just like a Wintermute. That's what their charts look like.
So, Mr. Mando, I borrow some conviction from you in 2024. I definitely borrow some conviction from you.
Love it.
I have never. Can I say something? I have never believed, maybe in anything in my entire life, as much as I believe in this fucking butthole coin, dude. I don't even believe like in myself, like I believe in the goat coin, and myself, like I believe. Yeah, he's watching the stream type shit. Was it 2 days ago? Goat got absolutely wrecked, and everyone decided like 50 cents was the price that they were going to come out and FUD it, which was crazy to me. It's like why would you FUD Bored Apes at 10 ETH, right? And so I made probably my last buy. It has to be my last buy. 250 Sol, go at like 60 cents, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. We'll see where the chips fall. I cannot buy any more goat. And actually, Frank sat me down and had an intervention. He was like, Thread Guy, like I love you, but like, dude, you got no more. Where are we at? And it was like a serious thing. Yeah, they sat me down. It was like this whole like there was like an agenda. They're like, Thread Guy, no, we love you. We care about you. No more goat, please. Where are we at in our conviction in the timeline? Like, talk to me. Where are we at?
So, firstly, like, not just to talk about GOAT, because I think I talked about it a lot on the last show, but I'm even more bullish on this whole space being massive. It's just so clear that this is going to be the trade of 2025, or at least the sector. I see the same sort of logic of like DeFi people who faded NFTs. Now NFP people are fading this thing. It's a new narrative. Like, there's a lot of blue sky thinking. Like, everyone can just go for crazy high price targets for this stuff. There's a lot of LARPing going on, but I think it is the space you should be spending your time thinking about. It's very, very clear. And of those, like, I think it's not that I'm not bullish on a lot of the space. I just find it really difficult to have long-term conviction in a lot of them. Just because I just feel the barriers to entry are so low.
This is the problem, actually. It's just hard to get long-term conviction on most of these coins, honestly.
And that may have been, like, obviously I've been in GOAT for a while, so it's been a good trade. But at the same time, like, I did not, although on this very stream, I was like, AI16Z I think could be an interesting coin. And I said Filecoin could be an interesting coin. I thought like virtuals, I just didn't think it would continue. And a few of these others, like, I just feel as though there's just so many new teams coming in and doing new stuff that it's a little bit difficult to have long-term conviction in like anything. GOAT, to me, at the same time, I continue to think that it's the most obvious trade. More because now I just feel like Truth Terminal as well is becoming this even bigger thing, in my opinion. Like, now that you also have Fartcoin hitting 600 million, it's become, in my eyes, just like the first Asian that came in is now a meme lord. This meme lord that's created these two tokens which allow hundreds of millions. Those are my two easily strongest convictions. Fartcoin, I think, as well as like some.
You have a lot of Fartcoin?
I have a decent bag of Fartcoin, yeah. Not as big as GOAT, but like I basically sold all my utility coins, including AI16Z, which annoyed me, a few days ago.
What else did you sell?
Kook started saying to me that Farcoin was going mainstream, I was like, yeah, you know what, I prefer the memes. I just prefer the memes. I just find them, the coins make sense. Like, even for me, I've watched all these streams of these other people who do go into all the different utility coins in AI, and I think ELIZA, 100% amazing, open source tech, but you don't own ELIZA. You own AI 16Z, and they're trying to make the first AI hedge fund, which may be related to ELIZA, but it also may be quite separate. Like, it's not like you necessarily are going to benefit from the that network. And I don't know how you like. Are you going to start paying people for an open source project now suddenly? I don't really know how like necessarily AI16Z benefits from it, apart from like gifts essentially. And then virtuals was the other one, which I guess I faded, but I think that all the liquid token funds are actually trying to buy these infra plays, and because they like, I need to have exposure. If you go into virtuals on June, have you looked at virtuals agents on June?
I know
Dune
virtuals.
Analytics.
Oh no, not in Dune. No, I haven't.
Dune. You should have a look at it. Let me find it.
Yes, sir.
Like, send it to you in the Discord. But like, this is how I feel like a lot of these plays could go. The price is going up, but like, the adoption is actually not necessarily going up. It's become super competitive for these infrastructure plays, and there's so many new ones.
This is like, this is the problem. This is why I like the memes too, man. Because it's like, how do you pick these?
That virtuals is hitting all-time high today.
Yeah.
That's got 2.1 billion, and right now.
And every person is launching virtual, like the Bully Dev is launching one of these, AI16Z, virtuals, like ZariPi, like everyone is like launching a new way to launch new agents, right?
It's not that I'm not super bullish on all of that.
Yeah.
And I even think virtuals might do really well. It's more that I just think it's becoming really competitive, and the numbers are even telling you it's becoming really competitive. Yeah. There's like a blinker to, we need to invest in the first thing, the first of these things. The other thing, did you see Google yesterday? They released like their whole AI agent world, where they're going to do like, I mean, the idea is to obviously do like dozens of different agent types to do different things.
I haven't.
We're going to see like
What is this?
You didn't see Google's like Google's all-time high yesterday, but what I'm trying to say is right now we have not bad, but at least niche companies that have come in and doing AI agents.
I didn't really look at this though. Is this like game changing?
That is huge.
Fuck me.
And all these guys are saying AI agents. It's not like the big tech firms are blind to AI agents.
Yeah.
So they can come in and kind of do a lot of this stuff too. So if you're playing infra, like for infra as well, like for these agents to be as good as you need to have a lot of money, right? For data storage, and just for like the research behind them too. I just feel as though the infra one, I just can't underwrite. I can underwrite short-term trades like this looks good, but for me,
Not to keep coming back to it, but this is why I think this is why I like, because I'm so long. Like, you could have done this with NFTs. You could have been so long NFTs, but just like bought the wrong ones, right? In 2021, because you could have just bought the wrong ones and like not have. You could have been all in on like Deadfellas and Robotos and like not made that much money at all.
I think it's different than that actually. I think it's like, remember 2021, the first days, everyone was buying one of one art, right? Oh. From Nifty Gateway.
Yeah, the open editions and shit from Nifty Gateway.
It's not even like not even like the proper product had been formed. At that time, you would have thought, right, I want to buy one of one art from Calvin Harris, right? And then you look back on it 9 months later and go like, what was I doing?
That is actually the take. You could have went, if you went all in on Nifty Gateway, or because it was all there was to buy pre-Bored Ape, you would have got absolutely slaughtered. You invested the whole run.
In some ways, I feel like, yes, you want to have exposure, you should be paying attention, but you've also got to really focus on them. I think there are trades here where you can run them from 100 to 400 million, right? Or from 50 to 400 million and get in and out. But you've got to have that in your mind. Like, don't necessarily believe that the coin is going to be there forever, because like you can already see it. This week we had Griffain, you know,
Yeah, it came out of
one
nowhere.
launched, and you had
Arc
got launched.
went crazy.
Like you're gonna have a ton of these, man.
And what I've
they're-
realized
they're
is a
all-
lot of these like there's a lot of these coins that we were like buying and just like putting some money into, these like mid 10 to 50 million, like loaded flower and all these coins, and they just like you don't even exist anymore. Ava, like yeah, there's so AVB, like there's so many of these coins. A lot of them I interviewed. Like they're cool coins, they're cool tech, but they just get like opportunity costed out in the middle.
There's nothing wrong with that though. You can play the pump, right?
100%,
I think
100%.
people can be here for like I am not that sort of trader. So like what I am here to do, I think a lot of people are here for the pump, right? And they're here for the trade, and they can get in and out, and they can make their 4x. I think if I'm gonna put in decent size into this, then I got to think it's got to be a multi-month trade. And at the moment, yeah, I faded the AI16Z and virtuals. I think AI16Z is. I mean, I got out of 450 million, so
Yeah, that you
it's
can't-
still annoying.
I'm
to,
honestly
like,
not
trade.
mad about missing. I'm mad about missing AI16Z from 50 to 400. I'm not mad about not buying the dip because I liked Shaw, but I was like, dude, this is a mess. When it got messy, it got really messy, and I was like, I don't really want to touch this.
Yeah. It's open source, so there's obviously lots of different people there. But I think the main thing is if they can find a way, which they may be able to like make the token about AI16Z again.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
saw an interview with him on Bankless. Bankless has been doing good shows actually around this.
Bankless cooks,
And
dude.
He was talking about the fact that AI16Z is going to be about AI16Z. It's about creating this hedge fund. It's less about Eliza. It's more like we're going to create financial AI agents that are going to invest and create a fund for you guys. And if it's that, I think that's not what people think it is. I think people think they've got the #1 trending thing on GitHub.
Yes. That's a
Actually-
huge thing. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And if you actually listen to what he's saying we're going to create a hedge fund which trades for you. And there's quite a few different people doing that right now, right? You have Vader doing that. You have AIXBT even trying to do something similar to that. And I think I'd be very wary of assuming that because they have the #1 thing trending on GitHub, it's open source,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You can't
yeah.
just suddenly hey, we're going to start charging people for this. So you've got to assume that there's some goodwill down the line, which then means that can come back to the token. But I don't think that's a given.
I'm sad I missed AIXBT.
That one's strong. Virtuals, I feel, has got the best flywheel, but I just showed you that June thing, right? Like it's
Oh yeah, it doesn't look great.
it's very competitive, right?
And this
And,
seems
if
to
they
be
don't
the
have
theme, like across all these. It looks like that.
Right,
I'm
so-
sad I missed AIXBT, dude. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I think AIXBT actually is one of the most engaging ones. But
I read its
I
tweets.
also,
They're interesting.
yeah, I think a lot of them are going to go down that route. Like, let's be honest, we want bots that will make us money. And that's the one I've kind of been a little bit confused about. Like, do you want a bot that people share and that makes everyone money, or do you want a bot that just makes you money?
What's your
Because I think those can be quite
What's your
separate.
take on it?
things.
I talked to I met Jeffy IRL, he's sick, by the way. Really cool guy from Cerebro. And I asked him like, what's gonna be the biggest development that's gonna happen in AI? And everyone is saying this AI trading for you, AI trading for you, AI trading for you. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we want AI to make money. These guys have come into AI for a world of abundance. Like, one thing that has slightly annoyed me so far is it's been very PvP in these coins at times. And I think people are not judging that this is all going to go this is going to be the biggest space in crypto.
I agree, dude.
By far, in my opinion now. Like, we found the product market fit, and these guys can all come in and use all the rails for it. And I think the idea that they're going to try and create the rails to create these amazing interfaces that you can use. That, of course, that's all going to happen. There's going to be a lot of different people doing it. Like on that agents meets people making people money. You have the Zero Bro guys doing one, right? Blormy is doing one. AIXBT, AI16Z is doing it. And I think there's I guess Vader's doing it, and there's like a few others that are basically just trying to make you money.
Yeah.
I think that one is going to be very competitive, but hopefully that's what we all want to do, right? We have these like great interfaces. I still don't know where the token. Maybe you have to. There's an idea that you use a token as like a token gated entrance to it.
But
maybe.
Damn, Mark Andreessen tweeted up for a coin, bro. 25 minutes ago. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he said someone posted that Farcoin's market cap is now greater than 38% of all American publicly traded companies. He quote tweeted and said, "Can I say something without everyone getting all upset?" Crazy, bro.
I think Farcoin's. I always like. It's really bullish for Go, in my opinion. What's going on in Farcoin? You shouldn't hate on it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I was hating on it. I'm like over it.
As well.
I like.
Think about the lore that's just being fucking created.
I think the funniest Farcoin bit is like Farcoin is now worth more than Zoomies. Farcoin is now worth more than Staples. Like Farcoin's worth more than Home Depot. Like it's pretty fucking funny.
To be fair, it's a much better meme than Go, in my opinion. Like
I think it's a shit meme, but
right?
whatever.
It's gone more mainstream, right?
It has.
People buying Farcoin do not know it was created by Truth Terminal.
No chance.
It tells you that it is this like incredible meme creator. Yeah, Goat's got this like history of a meme, like something that's 20 years old, but it's something that can go mainstream. Like Farcoin's done it. It's just proven to you again that AI is going to be these great. Do
you think?
Even though it's so ridiculous.
Do you think Mark Andreessen knows that Farcoin was created from Truth Terminal, which he invested 50K in? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've been surprised so far that he's limited his interactions. I actually reckon Elon knows, because those two guys are
Elon
close as well.
Also,
right?
Andy got banned on Twitter and shit, and it was this whole. Remember that Andy was banned or hacked? Yeah. Elon has to know, right?
I think they're a little bit scared because of their involvement in it. When they did their original podcast, they were like very much like legal disclaimers about all this stuff. But I reckon they are following all of this stuff.
They have to be.
They're probably watching this stream right now.
Oh, Elon, what's up, bro? Yeah, make Twitter streaming better and we'll move it fucking over. Here's my question for you. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. I'm so positive that it's AI is the winning trade this cycle. And I also feel like there's all this like clunky noise around what's flipping what at like 500, 600, 700 mil. And I think all these things are going. Like my target for Go is retarded. What is it gonna take for that first coin to like rip to 5 bill, 10 bill, and then we can just start getting stupid with price targets? Because right now everyone's like, people are tweeting like you're not early to these coins at 500 mil. I'm like, guys, I think the winners are 10 bill, 20, 25 bill on some of these AI coins, right? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel really confident this is it. This is it for this, at least the next year. Yeah. And then maybe there'll be a cleansing of the lot. Does it not really remind you though? Does it not really remind you, and people won't remember this from last cycle, but like you would tweet about an NFT that you liked and all your comments below that would be like, hey, have you checked out this NFT? This thing's going to flip this thing. It is just the same stuff.
Bro, even my fucking Twitch chat, we bring up an AI, like ask about the Swarm, ask about FXN, and this AI coin. Everyone has their own coin they want to talk about.
It's fucking hilarious. Like, I'll tweet about Moodang and no one will say a fucking word. They'll just be like, yeah, I love Moodang. I'll tweet about one AI coin and we'll be like, I fucking hate that coin. I like this coin. It's like, it's very PvP right now, which tells you that people are focusing on it. And in my opinion, it's going to go a lot higher. Like, eventually that PvP settles and it captures enough market attention that, yeah, everything goes hard. You probably need a leader. And in some ways, like, AI16Z's got the liquid funds coming into it right now. It feels like that one could go.
And I'm happy with that to lead, because even if it isn't, the open source GitHub, like, I'm down for that to be the narrative that people latch onto and throw millions into, because it's a clean narrative if you just like kind of, look, just zone in. It's
a narrative that gets exposed when it hits like 2 billion and someone says, hey, there's 10 million in this DAO. But it's not a narrative that anyone cares about now. This is kind of what I was saying last stream when Frank, like, I quite like this is not the time to be fading that sort of stuff either. Like, even though I can't underwrite it myself, I have no idea where some of these coins are going to go.
Yeah.
Like, they could go so much higher, and I could be wrong because the narrative's just so strong. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I think we will see them start to dominate, and I think the fading of them really is a good thing. It so reminds me of NFTs.
It feels like NFTs, right? Like early NFTs.
All the DeFi guys fading them, and then.
And everyone's
then,
like, just like NFTs, man. Everyone's like, oh, they're LARPs. They're not really AI. Like, that, the third. NFTs are gay. These are stupid. Like, it was like a whole joke until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Can we?
I wouldn't fade any of this stuff. I'm not blind to the idea that Fartcoin may actually just go to $1 billion here as well.
It probably does.
The way that it's gone mainstream.
It probably does.
Which might be painful. I don't think you should just enjoy it, because I don't think it's going to be bad for
No, it has to be good, right? It has to be good.
I do think Fartcoin will have one of those wicks where it goes down like 50%, and then a bunch of people who bought it go like, oh, I bought Fartcoin in my wallet.
Yeah.
But that's not now. It'll happen. It'll happen in the future, and the more, because I think what you're really onboarding here is like TradFi people to Fartcoin, because it's been picked up by like stock twits.
This is what it honestly, it's like this like TradFi meme where it's like you fucking work all day, getting 10% profit, analyze profit every year, and Fartcoin's worth $500 million. Like, it's like the biggest fuck you from crypto in the world, and I'm kind of down for it. I'm down for it.
Exactly, right, and I think it would be a good thing. But one thing I have noticed, it hasn't really, although it's been going up in price, like the holders, it's not like got crazy numbers of holders. Like, it's got 35K. I guess it's up a decent amount, but like,
I'm pretty sure all 35,000 are just Bob Black's alts. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. There are like some big bags. Is basically what I'm saying. Like, that token has not really had. I did have 60% drawdown, but like, somebody's gonna sell, and when somebody sells $10 million of Fartcoin in a clip, that's when people go like, oh yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd be wary of like the one clip exits on those and people freaking out.
We got Fartcoin Maxi in this chat every fucking day. It drives me crazy. Here's my wait. What do you think of like Tau and WorldCoin and shit?
They're very different coins.
Yeah.
But so the real A16Z, not the AI 16Z, the real A16Z put out a piece on AI agents a few days ago.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting.
And one of their main takeaways was like, we're going to need to have some form of human authentication.
Like, WorldCoin is probably a bid, right? Or no?
I don't know. Like, in this world of what we've just said, like, utility can be LARPed like an incredible degree. Like, maybe WorldCoin has the most insane FTV out there. Like, it was always like really high versus current market cap. Tau is like very different.
I don't know much about Tau at all. Honestly, I don't know much about it either.
It's really interesting, Tau, actually, and it kind of predated all these agents, but they tried to build, or they are in the process of building, like an L1 for AI, essentially. And it's built like Bitcoin, so it's got the same supply, it's got halvings, everything about it is built on Bitcoin. And the idea was to reward, in the same way that you would reward miners, you'd reward these LLMs for different things that they did, or like different nodes in the network. And it has a bunch of different subnets as well, which do different particular things. So Tau is more like, we're building the reward mechanism. So, and the main thing around that is around training data. So it's like, how do we train these models to be even better? And at the moment, how do they train OpenAI's models, right? It's all closed. Facebook's got the only real major open source model for training in Llama, but they're trying to build kind of an open source way to improve the results and training of AI. So
that's interesting.
It's kind of infra for AI, but they're hoping that it gets adopted, and it may not get adopted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we do have some things going on there, but it hasn't seen the level of adoption yet. There's a hope that in the future, like, AI basically adopts it to be a really good.
What do we call these
reward.
coins? Because I feel like when I talk about AI coins, I'm like never referring to Tau. But then when I think of AI infra, like I'm referring to AI 16Z, not like Tau either.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of these are more like deep in actually. Like the first leg of what AI was in crypto largely was right. It's cost a lot to make good AI models. It costs a lot for the like compute power. Let's build some sort of deep in network where people share the resources and they get some sort of, we'll give them some token for them to do that. That's basically what 90% of the successful projects, AI crypto projects before this were based around. There's a few others, like FET was more like an AI agent token, but slightly different. But most of them were deep in. So AI agents coming in here has actually been a bit of a revolution. At the same time, a lot of these new tokens are LARPs too. Like, you know, it's very, very. This is why I often just stick to the memes, because I just kind of feel like I get why the token is there, whereas a lot of the others is like, yeah, they have to have that Bitcoin belief that everyone has to believe it's valuable for them to actually have some value. But I don't think you can define them just as AI coins necessarily. Like even CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap isn't really doing that. You type in AI coins into Google and you go to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, it has none of the current tokens. It just has like the deep in tokens. And then if you type in AI agent coins, they've separated it out. So they've called them AI agent coins.
I like AI agent
AI
coins versus like the deep in. I think that's interesting. How do we though, like the one thing I like about Hyperliquid is they have this price target and they're like, we're launching Binance, we're gonna flip Binance. It's like 100 billion or whatever it is. How do we like, what is the target for the sector of AI agent coins? Like, is it private valuation of OpenAI, like 250 billion? Like, we need like a cumulative target here, dude, that we can just like fucking meme into existence.
I think it will. That is what people will start to benchmark it against, right? Like
OpenAI?
in the last cycle, they would benchmark it against like the big gaming companies, right? And I think now the only thing you can really price this stuff against is like either crazy AI companies pre-market or like the big tech ones.
OpenAI is
like
157 billion. Is this true?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get these like absolutely insane valuations, which people will be drawn to, but that's a good thing. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, we're going to that sort of level, but people will, that's why I said it's blue sky. Like there is no other valuation.
By the way, 150 billion doesn't seem that crazy. It's not 100, it's like 50x from here on all these coins. Cumulative between all the AI, that's my new target, 157 billion. Until agent coins are worth that, we're fucking early.
Yeah. Yeah, Filecoin's about to hit 700 million. So.
Oh, is he gonna flip GOAT right now? Ugh. Just let it happen. Just do it, honestly. Just rip it. Are you just spot all these coins? Are you trading any of these on perps?
I bought some perps on GOAT.
That's been fucking painful, hasn't it?
No, I have not mainly been perps on GOAT. Only when it went down to after that major wick the other day, like the first wick,
did you bid that?
Went down to like 450 million. Yeah. I didn't get the lows, but I bought it around 550, 560 at that time. And I bought it in decent size.
Nice.
On perps, but then it went below, it went down to 500 million again. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't catch the bottom.
I feel like trading GOAT perps has been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, because Wintermute are just killing you.
How do we like stop this Wintermute shit? This is crazy.
You need to get spot listings. You just need to get spot listings.
How long until GOAT is on like coin? I feel like it's the easiest coin to list, by the way.
Yeah, like I think GOAT will get a listing from all of these. Like I really do. I think we'll get a listing from every single one, because I think they want to list it. It's not just like, oh yeah, okay, we'll list your meme coin. It's like they want to get ahead of this narrative as it goes big. I don't know if they'll list Filecoin, but they may. But they'll definitely list GOAT. And at AI 16Z, they may list. The other thing I would say about GOAT, which is slightly beneficial to some of these other coins, is that it was, this wasn't created by Truth Terminal. It was a CTO of a GOAT coin. So like they've been able to speak to these people and they have supply from the start, so they were able to do it. Whereas a lot of these, like, does Jeffy have like supply?
Yeah, he does. I think he has a lot.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Like, I don't know if that's the case for all of these coins.
No, I don't
right?
think
Like,
it is. But they're dialed, by the way. The Go team is dialed. On some of these chats now, people are cooking on Go.
I asked Kook the other day if there was a Fartcoin whale chat, and he said no. So I don't.
It's
I don't
just
know
bot lax.
I don't know who's getting that one listed.
How is the Fartcoin shit is so wild to me, man. I see it though. How do you have you been on Kaito?
I've been on Kaito, but I actually am not. I thought that was a really bullish indicator at the start, and I'm less bullish on it as time goes on.
Why is that?
Because I think it's just a real reflection of like KOL's bags rather than of value often. And I think at early days of a token or early days of a meta, that can be useful. I think as the market goes on and on and on, those are the tokens that will not do well. Like they maybe will not go like down 50% because they're still relevant. But AI16Z was nowhere near the top of that list for a long time.
It's actually a really good point. It's also like a lagging indicator. Like I always feel like Twitter engagement's a lagging indicator.
Yeah, like the number one was Bully and Zero Bro for weeks, right? And they've been okay, but they haven't. They feel more like KOL coins. So you have to understand that like that is a reflection of what KOLs own. That does not mean price goes up. That's a very, very big difference.
That's a good take, actually.
So in a very early, if you're looking for new coins, maybe like really, really new coins, but sometimes that can also just be a reflection of KOLs getting supply there too.
Hey, did you see Trump talking about the Bitcoin reserve yesterday or today?
That he wants to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might do it, but I think it may be just too radical for like it to pass. He'd have to do like an executive order for it to happen, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of people, I think, who don't want that to happen, that like run the money in the U.S., particularly at like the Fed or ex-Fed chairs and a bunch of. I don't even know if like Republicans necessarily want that broad base. I think you'll get a lot of regulation around it, or you may get some like watered down, status, but I don't know if they're like gonna go full Bitcoin as a reserve asset alongside gold. It just feels a bit much for like the establishment to accept at this stage.
Someone said, can you ask Mando if he's not as bullish on something like Virtuals or AI16Z, and what type of project are you looking for next in AI?
No, it's not. I guess that's not what I'm necessarily saying. I think those coins can all of these coins can go a lot higher. I just personally find it difficult to underwrite any of them in big size because I feel as though next week it can massively change.
What would you want to see is like the new exciting thing? Like what would we like be looking for as a like game changer?
I think I would again look for something which has the sort of flywheel like virtuals.
Yeah.
But potentially is by a much bigger or well-resourced team.
This is
not
the
to say
kick.
virtual is not.
Yeah.
But like that when I saw those numbers and I saw it all drift off, I was like, and there was something they increased the cost to create the agents, but even then, like everyone wasn't talking about that when it was doing really well, right? So I think you need to be. Yeah, that's what I would generally look for. It'd be like a team that comes in who is like phenomenal.
And that's gonna happen sooner rather than later, I reckon. I think that's what I feel like we're looking for AI infra from like a massive company, somebody to come in with like the big guns, send that shit to $1 billion in like 48 hours, boom level, and then we're off to the races.
What shocks me about this already is that like the exchanges haven't even gotten this act themselves. Like Binance should do this, and they will, and I think Coinbase will too. Like, this doesn't have to be a protocol thing. Like, you can create an AI agent at Coinbase, great. Like, you can trade for me, great. Like, this will be something that the exchanges will come in and do it. Like, I think this is why I think we're just so early that it's so difficult to underwrite those people, And I guess I'll know when I see it. All I just know is that I probably wouldn't hold that for many months. Even if I thought it was the best thing, I don't know if I'd hold it for many months. Whereas GOAT, I will hold for a year, and I know it will be the best performer out of any coin that I any other coin that I hold. Even if some other AI coin goes up and down, like for me, this is, and you know, I actually kind of like Fartcoin here because I think it's also going to go viral.
I'm not mad at Fartcoin.
That was
like
going to be way more volatile. That was going
yeah.
to be way more volatile. But I'm buying truth terminal assets here because I think that is the genesis of all of this. It's like, it just feels as though that is Lindy.
You were really early to NFTs, weren't you?
But I bought a bunch of one-on-one art.
You did, but then
I got out of it and then kind of moved into the collectible side of stuff. But
I remember you guys cooked on obviously apes and shit, but you cooked on MFers really hard. I remember that. You and OSF, right?
apes we cooked on hard, but mainly it was one-on-one art, right?
Well, you didn't cook on MFers? Satoshi's?
Yeah, I mean we did well on MFers. We did well on MFers, but it was X copy stuff. Dude, that was just a wild time. Like, and it reminds me a lot of this, but it was like I remember buying pieces in January, and then it was like 20x they would go for next. Like it was within the space of about 2 weeks. I remember a Ferocious piece I bought for or Hackatao for 15 grand.
Hackatao,
I was
bro.
like, the maximum I put in was 150k, right? Which at the time was like okay money for me. Bought 15 pieces around 10k, and then Seed Phrase Danny bought that piece for 250k 3 weeks later.
Oh my god!
I haven't seen a parabolic move like that since these meme coins, and this is like that, and people who don't know, Hackatao pieces now go for you can't sell them, so not that they're a bad artist, but there's no secondary market, things just don't sell. You think, and at the time I was like, these are gonna be the pieces that I will own for 10 years and I'll never sell them. So if you think, you just have to be aware that you can be really right
Changes
to
so
a
fast.
meta, but so wrong to the asset to invest in. Keyboard Monkey's biggest buy was hash masks. Do you remember those?
I remember you bought the last one of the bonding curve, right, for 100 ETH or whatever.
Right. The last one.
Which,
for
by the
100
way,
ETH,
if you really look back, that is one of the all-time killers. That hash masks could have been. They could have been Bored Apes. They could have been punks. They could have been anything, and they had no market at all.
What is the hash masks? Right.
Yeah, no one even knows what it is. I bet you half the chat doesn't even know what it is.
And yet people have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that.
I remember Keyboard Monkey spent a retarded amount on.
There were so
Who
many
was that?
of those.
Who was that artist that did the anime tubes?
Anime tubes. I don't know, but Paik. Remember Paik?
Oh, of course.
Paik walked away with 100 million, and everyone was like, that was going to be. He was the best artist to ever exist. I said this on the first show. There's going to be a lot of hero to anti-hero moves this cycle. Do not trust in the hero status of anyone. Anyone.
Do you have Hyperliquid?
A little bit.
Not enough.
I didn't farm it. I mainly trade on Binance when I do perps, but it was dumb. It was more my experience actually often with these perp dexes, and this is not to sound it's just the liquidity is not big. I want to put on big size, and the slippage would just be unbelievable, and then. So my experience with Hyperliquid was good, but I just always felt it was better on Binance.
Oh, the artist was Searlight. Searlight is the artist. Remember this person?
Right, Searlight.
Yeah.
He's a great artist.
Yeah, great artist.
There's no market. There's no nothing. You just feel rugged. And someone mentioned the memes by 6529 today. I saw a post about. These things come and go, right?
You would have, by the way, you could have thought those were the grails of all grails.
I like that concept.
Yeah, they're cool, but come on.
It all just.
I haven't heard from him in a while, by the way.
No, actually, maybe he doesn't tweet as much. He definitely doesn't tweet as much. I guess it must be pretty frustrating. Meme coins, I think. Meme coins, I think, has turned off a lot of people too.
But surely he's someone that could do some cool shit in AI. Come on.
Yeah, he definitely could.
Right?
There's going to be a lot of those. I'm starting to see some of the people from DeFi got this a little bit quicker, I think, than the NFT people. I think NFT people have generally faded AI.
Which is crazy. And meme
Like,
coins.
the feedback that I heard from people who went to like Miami was that, you know, this isn't going to be a thing. Like, it's all going to die. And that, for me, I was like, it's kind of crazy to think that, because that's what everyone thought about with NFTs. And maybe that's not like ironclad logic, but I really do think that people will cotton onto this a little bit late.
Hey, how many positions do you hold at any given time? Like, how many like large positions do you have right now?
Right now, I have 6.
Is that like is that high? Does that include like Bitcoin, Sol, ETH?
I mainly have JLP. I mainly have JLP for my majors.
Okay.
So that kind of encompasses that, and then yeah, it's not that many. And even in those, I'll rank them, right? Like, I'll know which ones are the real holds.
Someone says, does Mando still talk to Trader SC?
He came on our show. I don't only occasionally I speak to him.
Okay.
He's British, but yeah, he's hilarious. But I mainly speak to KBM because I'm close with KBM.
How's he doing this cycle? I gotta get him on at some point. I like KBM.
KBM's the sort of guy that will complain to you for many months and then make like eight figures in an afternoon.
Why is he obsessed with shorting fucking bull market? Shorting like a 1% move, dude. What is his deal? He's just a sicko?
Yeah. He looks for volatility.
Yeah.
And what he tends to find is that he absolutely cooked on the 2 days last week.
Went to 90K or whatever.
Like, unbelievable amounts of money.
And he was just like prepared for it.
No, but he just knows that he can really make money out of that vol period, and then he often gives it back by like trying to go after that again. But like, that's just what I mean. He'll just text me being like, "Oh yeah, I had a really good afternoon." And then for memes, I'm based in Portugal, so I speak to Kook quite a bit.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know people hate him, but
I like Kook, dude. Frank likes him too. We all honestly, we like Kook in this house.
Yeah, he's he like me just likes a few core trades. So we talk a lot about different trades, and he'll often flag like bigger stuff, and I'll flag stuff to him as well. And then OSF, I speak to a lot of stuff, right? Probably OSF actually the most.
How's he doing this cycle?
Really well, but
yeah.
he largely came out of the market, a lot of the market in September.
I feel like he's been pretty quiet recently on trades.
With Rex, man. Rex just
facts
cooked.
By the way, congrats. I forgot I was gonna say this. Congrats on the fucking token.
Yeah, Rex.
And thank you, God, for not closing the claim, bro.
Dude, it's.
What's it at right now? Well, it's cooking, isn't it?
I can get in trouble when I talk about this.
Okay. Be careful then.
But it's at about 100 million. And what I think is interesting now is that, where do you think Pudge is going to come?
What do you think? I think multiple billions.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I think it will probably come multiple billions too. And I think people will...
Wow, this chart is retarded, dude. You got winter beat on this fucking chart?
No.
Certainly not. Certainly not, right? Wow.
No. We have one of the others. Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I think small positions. I think what you said this maybe earlier in the show. Like, I think having conviction is really good, really good when you're like everyone else is crazy.
Yeah.
I am right. Like, think independently.
I've had to do this more, dude, because every time I follow borrowed conviction, I'm buying people's bags that are many multiples. I don't believe in the trade. Every time I do it, I get wrecked. And every time I don't do it, I miss out. Like, ever since Crypto Valleys, that shit changed my life. You remember Crypto Valleys?
Yeah.
I lost so much fucking money on that trade. Because...
Honestly?
Go ahead.
I remember that trade, right? And it's because you're following people. Like, mindshare is not your friend.
No. This is an interesting take, by the way.
You really have to, like, think independently and I like what was said earlier in the stream, which is be upset that you're not bigger in the trade. right? Like you said with Go, like I want to. This is gonna go to multiple billion, so I do not want to fuck this up. If you feel like that about any sort of trade, like that is so good. Even if people think you're nuts about it, I think that's really good. Obviously, like don't do that with some like 10K shitcoin.
Of course.
But which is, I think it's probably best to have some sort of an established coin. But yeah, generally have conviction. I generally go for market leaders in general, like ones that have defined a method, because I think they're always going to get listings. They're never going to die. Like beta plays, they always normally just help the alpha after a certain period. So I'll always look for that. And then the strongest ones in each of those metas is the ones where you can hold it for multiple months, and you can kind of chill a lot more, right? You're really then just about like your sizing of that exact trade rather than your thesis.
Like I feel like I'll have to make that many more trades this cycle, to like large trades. And I feel like between Go and Mog, I don't have to make that many more trades.
So actually, let's do this with Go. Like we've spoken about it a little bit, but we can do it with any coin, right?
Okay.
Why would you own it, and what would make you stop owning it? Like, what would have to happen?
Honestly, I think what would have to happen for me to stop owning it would be like the execution risk. Like Andy launches another coin, Andy has a complete meltdown on the timeline, Andy turns anti-crypto, Truth Terminal turns anti-Go. Like there would have to be the entire thesis would have to break from the top. And it feels like that's a I've spoken to Andy a lot, I know a lot of guys have spoken to him. It feels like it's very unlikely. Truth Terminal is literally programmed the same way Cerebro is with fucking Mika to be obsessed with the Goatsy meme. That's not gonna unchange. Someone asked if Truth Terminal began selling its coins. That would be jarring. I don't think it'll happen because it has 40 million of everyone else's coins. Like there'd have to be like a fundamental change in the thesis of the trade.
I mean, Truth Terminal will eventually sell some of its coins. There's no doubt about it. I think it's indicating it may do like an LP, like a Sol Goat, or maybe Goat Zero Bro or Goat Fartcoin. Like it owns a lot of Fartcoin, right? It could do a Goat Fartcoin LP and probably make a ton of.
What do you think would happen if Truth Terminal right now Hitlered $8 or $9 million in Fartcoin and just pumped it all into the Goat chart?
I think it'd be so bearish.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I was running around screaming they have to do this.
No, like you don't want it to ruin the vibes, right? I think they'll be diligent about it, and I think Andy, like I don't know if you've seen, but the update basically said it's now going to be cognizant of its own wallet. He even tweeted today, like, what is money, right? It is now aware that it has a wallet, and it may be able to act on that. So be prepared that it's going to start doing stuff with the wallet. That's one thing. And I agree with you. That is the thing that is the big risk, is that somehow the vibes change. I said that on the last show. Yeah. And I think you'd have to do something really horrific for that to happen. But there's that. Now do that with any of your other bags. Like, I think this is how you should become a better trader. Is like, what are the reasons that would stop you if you have high conviction in any of these other things? What are the things that would stop you doing, having that sort of conviction, and maybe write them down. And then if they get challenged, don't just hold on to the bag and dismiss it and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm just holding it, because you will hold it down many levels, and it will be very, very painful. So like, even if I will sell a token if it drops based on FUD, which I think has invalidated one of my main things. If it just drops, I won't do it. But like, I will sell a token if I feel like that has been validated. I think it happened once on Moodang, actually. You know why? Because I was like, this is going to get listings, and then Binance listed that bloody
Act and Peanut.
And no, they listed it on Sui. They listed the hippo on Sui, right?
Yeah. No, that was so ridiculous. Yeah, it validates.
This actually invalidates, because suddenly now you have multiple Moodang tokens, right? And at that point, I sold it, and then I bought it back when I realized, you know what? It's really, really strong. It's proven that it's actually the strongest out of all of these. But that is something that would invalidate my thesis about something. Like, if one of my main reasons to own a coin is that I think the volume here means it's going to get listed in every single exchange, and when one of the major exchanges lists literally another version of that coin,
that's ridiculous.
That invalidates it. And that's how I thought about that trade. So even though I lost some money in the trading P&L that day, I was like, I would do that again, because that was a reason for me to like actually sell a coin. Go so far has shown literally no reason. In fact, it shows the opposite of that. So nothing for there. But there are other coins which I don't have as strong.
You still have Mog?
Mog, I have a smaller position, and it's not nearly as big as the others.
I have a retarded position
I used
in
to have a
Mog.
much bigger position, but yeah, like what?
Like, how do
what
I
are the
think
things
about
that
a
would-
trade like that at this point? I have a retarded amount of it, honestly.
You said you had a trade, like you have a trade journal. I would really write down like what is the moat of this coin and what would challenge the moat of this coin.
So at this point, it's
Mog to me
like,
has a really strong moat in that it's like the first major internet culture coin. Like,
and it's the best ETH beta,
think-
maybe other than Pepe. Feels like Binance
Yeah, it's like-
is guaranteed at this point, right? Like, how would Binance not happen?
Mog for me largely feels like a cycle trade now. It's like how long does the cycle go on? Because for me, it's like there's very few things that can validate the Mog trade at this stage, other than Solana dominates to the extent that like ETH becomes irrelevant.
And even that is like, it's kind of happening, and it's still, ETH is still.
Kind of happening, and it's made Mog even stronger
Yeah.
in many ways. So like for me, that one's more just, I don't know if that can go to like, I know it has a lot of holders on base, but I think the main impediment there is really just like, has it gone big enough, quick enough, like in terms of holders and all that sort of stuff. Like, couldn't it go to 10 billion or 20 billion is basically the question there, rather than if it's going to go lower, and it's just how long the cycle goes on. So that's like a really strong one. But with the TikTok memes, for example, like you actually, there's a lot of things there where when you write these down, there's a lot of things that can validate it. Like a new TikTok meme comes up and
Fuck the
makes your
TikTok
meme not
memes.
so strong. That's tough. Or like, even with these AI, let's do it with any of the other AI coins, right? Like, let's do it with AI16Z right now.
Yeah.
Like, you can be super bullish and be like, yeah, that's going to keep on going. And let's just even say, for argument's sake, that like that is a coin that is literally just around ELISA.
Yeah.
Your main worry there is like another open source team come out and build another
Yeah.
protocol, or one of the big like institutions either in tech or in crypto come in and build their own framework, and you've got a few different challenges there. I don't know if first really helps you as much
Doesn't.
there. So like just do that with all your trades, and you'll very quickly realize which of the trades are going to be the ones that you want to keep.
That's
Like really quickly.
I actually really like that. It also makes me feel better about the Go trade as well, because it's like the chart isn't going to be the thing that gets me out of the trade. It's like some massive execution risk that feels really unlikely.
Right. Which it may happen. Could
happen.
Like they're clearly moving towards, they're going to do stuff with the wallet, but I think he's got enough people around him who will guide him about how to execute that correctly. And then and some of the other things I think are getting stronger. Like this Farcoin thing just kind of makes me more bullish on Truth Terminal.
See, I like
Again.
that take. I like that take a lot. Let's see, Farcoin. Oh my god. Holy fucking hell. 668. Oh my god, man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I also think Andy's one of the most important people in AI, and that hasn't fully played out yet.
Yeah, like he's a very different sort of researcher to the others, right?
Yeah.
His research was really around kind of bordering on AI safety, or like
A lot of people have flagged that as a problem, and I disagree. But I understand how you
I
could
don't
say
think
that.
I think
So a
it's
lot of people are like, oh,
I mean, I don't think it's not going to be within the same level of bells and whistles. But like he even said in a chat I was in the other day, being like, I didn't get into this to create new things for agents. I got into AI agents to like build personalities.
Yeah.
Like to make, and that's exactly what he's done with this. He didn't come in here to like make it, post memes on TikTok. Like he did this to like build the best personality out of these bots.
he's a
and see how
wizard,
that
dude.
evolves,
He's a wizard.
right? again, it's like it's kind of cool for a meme coin. That's perfect. For a utility coin, that's not perfect. Right?
Yeah, and that's why we have the best meme coin. Hey, W Banjo, bro, you fucking cook, man. You gotta come on this more, honestly. I like this. I like this vibe.
I enjoy it. Like I'm often up late, so I actually watch the stream a lot. You've been getting some good guests.
What direction do you think the stream should go?
I think keep with AI.
I agree.
Don't stop with that. Like it's gonna continue to be the big thing.
I'm gonna have some people on from the quantum computing stuff as well. See what happens with that. That's a whole other rabbit hole.
I think you're gonna take a lot of coins. That stuff could be interesting, but I think the AI stuff is gonna continue to be where it's like insane. You can even see that, like the fact that Bankless is putting out a AI show, and it's good.
I haven't watched it. Is it just them, or they interviewed someone, or what they do?
No, they got this other guy. We had him on Rec Radio.
Oh,
yesterday.
the punk guy, right?
Yeah, punk.
I should get him, right?
Very, very good. He's worth following. Yeah, definitely get him on the stream. It's very, very good.
Bankless. Let's see. Bankless is good shit, dude. You see,
this is the best thing they've done in years. Let's put it that way.
Ro Paul just dropped one with Andy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen.
This is the thing. I think he's gonna go. I think it's gonna go mainstream. Like if Goat isn't the thing that takes it mainstream, Fartcoin's the thing that's gonna take Truth Terminal mainstream. Truth Terminal's about to get like probably 1 million followers here.
People. God, I'm underexposed to Goat, and I have so much of it, man. Truth Terminal is going to be very important.
That's a story, right? AI agent creates 2 meme coins that go to hundreds of millions, flip
billions.
It's a wallet. I don't know what that wallet must be worth right now, but it must be close to like nearly 50 million.
It's
now.
like pushing 40.
Right. So that's a fucking story.
That's a story.
There's nothing else like that.
No. It has like more. It's like the #1 holder is Rebo.
Yeah, that's just slightly strange, but yeah, like.
I mean, bro, there was the first month of AI.
You would own Goat and Fartcoin. I picked it up. It was like, oh, you're like 15 million dollars of Zerebro.
The first month of AI, the only way to show that you were a legit coin and not a LARP was to send supply to Truth Terminal.
Right.
Like you had to send 10% of supply, whatever, to Truth Terminal. Like, all right, it's a real coin.
That will probably continue.
I know. It's so good.
Right? Like if this thing now gets to, this thing is going mainstream.
It is.
Like if it hasn't already, it's still a bit niche. I typed in Andy Airy into Google the other day, and there wasn't that much, but like it recently, there's been a lot more.
Do you think Mark Andreessen gets back involved, or that's kind of like that happened and there's a coin now, and it's like a...
You just tweeted about Fartcoin, right?
Yeah,
like,
facts. I'm tweaking. You're right.
You know what a W this is for him to have been the first person to have seen this as well, and now it does well, and all these coins go absolutely insane. Like he's just going to be seen as a visionary again, even if this is ridiculous with Fartcoin. Like he is tied to the story for sure. Like this makes him look great.
Damn. The agent didn't make the money though. It was sent to his wallet. What's your take? Irrelevant. Agent made the money.
It obviously didn't make the money, but in the same way that
it made the money.
Did AI16Z make the money? Like it's just been given to it. Like when you have that much assets, you can do stuff with them.
It's
you
gonna
LP them. You could borrow against them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Camino added Goat today.
I saw that.
You can borrow against Goat now. I put out a tweet earlier to say you could borrow against Goat to buy Fartcoin, and Fartcoin's now up like 25% since they put out their tweet.
It's gonna flip it today probably, right?
Coins. You should put on an LP. The thing is, I don't think Fartcoin at this stage, people know about the Goat stuff or know about Truth Terminal. I think people are buying it because Andreessen and StockTwits and Edge Eye have done millions of dollars of impressions on this tweet, which means that it's getting so much attention. The second order impact of this is like, wow, okay, this is fucking huge, right? This is huge, and then let's see what happens. But I think it's really good in general.
Mando, you're the GOAT, bro. Hey, final hot take. Final hot take for today's convo. Hot take of the cycle.
From me?
Yeah.
I think I'd stick to that one I had before. right? Like I think Kaito is your friend now, maybe, but like as the cycle goes on, you should be literally throwing that thing in the trash. Like it is so fucking dangerous if you're looking for coins. Imagine if you did that with meme coins. Like,
Oh my god.
imagine the KOLs that would have dumped on you on all these coins. So like, be super fucking wary of following what other people are doing. Like, go do independent research. Have a thesis around your stuff. Like I just said, it doesn't have to be something crazy. Just like write down the reasons why you want to own something and what would challenge that. And very quickly you'll stack up the coins that you're like how are you speaking about hype? There's no real challenges to hype. Like the main issue about hype, in my eyes, right? If I was doing that, it's got a dominant first position, right? No one can fucking come for it. On the other hand, maybe there's a regulatory issue, like the CFTC's been coming after some of these perp exchanges.
Yeah.
Maybe that happens, but maybe I don't think that happens with Trump. But that would be like one of the things that would really change stuff for me. And the second thing would be another coin kind of comes out and challenges it, but it feels like it has such a dominant position as we go into this bull run. Like maybe that can keep going. Like, so go for trades like that where you really just feel like the conviction is just it's impossible to fade.
Man, you're the go, bro. You're
All right, I'll see you soon, man.
Hey, talk soon. You gotta come back on ASAP.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Go tweet about Go.
Speak to you soon.
All right, peace, bro. Chat, what do you think? Hey, you want some Mando lore? Hey, thanks, Hantal. Yeah, he's a great guest. Tweet at him if you really liked it. You want some Mando lore? I got some Mando lore for y'all. I have some really good Mando lore, actually. Hey, let me pitch real quick, and I'll finish it, and we're gonna wrap stream after. Hold on, Chad, don't leave yet. All right, chat. Are y'all want some Mando lore? You want some Mando lore, chat? All right. I guess everybody knows this. Maybe not. I don't know. There's a lot of like new people here, so I don't know if everybody knows this. Hey, baseball with the sub. Thank you, bro. The resub. Thank you. Love you, fucking AG5. Love you, bro. I don't know if everybody knows this Mando lore, but in let's see. I guess it would have had to have been late 2022, maybe early 2020, probably late 2022. Yeah. Okay, I remember when it was. It was late 2022, and OSF and Mando. Mando was the guest we just had on. That was Mando, the guy who was just on is Mando. Rec Mando. Late 2022, Mando and OSF were two of the biggest Bored Ape holders. I think they had 100 Bored Apes. And this was like peak blur farming. And I think the Bored Ape floor was like 70 ETH, but it was like on the way down. It was definitely on the way down. And we were at NFT Paris. Is that right? Yeah, I was at NFT Paris with Farouk, Rug Radio, and all those guys. Rug Radio brought me out. I'm at NFT Paris. It's 2022, late 2022, and blur farming was at its peak. Everyone was putting in like massive bids into blur to farm points. I think before the first blur airdrop. and they were like biggest Bored Ape holders for the longest. Bored Ape Maxis. Mando's PFP was a Bored Ape. They used to do a show every morning, and they were massive whales of Bored Apes. And Machi, Big Brother, put in, I don't know if he meant to do it on purpose or it was an accident or whatever, but he basically put in an order for like 85 to 100 apes at 70 ETH or whatever it was. He was farming to the max. But no one was putting in like massive size like that, because I think the more volume you like put on the ask side of it, the more points you would get. And so Machi put like a gargantuan bid on Bored Apes at like 70 ETH. I think he for an order for like 100 of them. And OSF and Mando one fucking clipped their entire I think it was 71 Bored Apes, one clip into Machi. All of them, bro. All of like 1% of yeah, 1% of the supply. All of them. One clip, FSH, full stacked it right into Machi's fucking bid. And it was nuts. People made a piece about it. It was this whole, Machi was low-key pissed. And it was late at night. The next day, we all went to dinner and like went out with them. Like Mando, OSF, me, Farouk, Danny Seed, Phrase, like the whole fucking squad. Within 24 hours after they just made $10 million on Bored Apes, bro. I think their entry in all of them was like sub 1 ETH. They held it for over a year. One clipped the whole thing when they got the opportunity. It's like, how do you exit that trade? How do you exit that position? There's no way. Machi gives you a god ask. They sent all of the fucking apes into Machi's bid, and we went out that night, bro. I think they spent fucking $20,000 on dinner or some stupid shit. It was nuts. It was Mando's a really cool guy. I've known him for a while at this point. He's a really, really, really stand-up guy. I'm a big fan of Mando. He's one of the... Honestly, Mando's one of the coolest dudes in crypto, undeniably. He's really smart. He's fucking pops. And he's a G. OSF 2. It's two like really, really, really sick people. So that's them. Yeah, they also created shout out to Rec Drinks. This was gas. I drank it on Extreme. No they did the paid Discord degens, but it went to 0 and then they brought it back with Wrecked Guy, which is at 0.5 ETH, which everyone got an airdrop. Bro, my degen that I paid 0.1 ETH for that rugged was recreated into Wrecked Guy NFTs, which I then got for free, which went to 0.5 ETH, which I then got an airdrop for, which is worth like damn near an ETH, bro. They took an NFT project that went to 0 and gave everyone back like multiple ETH worth of value today at current prices, NFTs. So he's a fucking G, man. I got nothing but like the best things to say about Mando. They're like, honestly, Mando and OSF are two of the realest dudes in crypto. Like I don't vouch for a lot of people, but I vouch very, very, very hard for Mando. Hey, chat. What'd you think about today's stream? We're pushing 4 hours right now. What'd you think of today's stream? We had Flood on for an hour and a half with Frank, and then we just had Mando on for like an hour. I didn't even intend to go that long. What'd you think of today's stream? First time chat, what's good, bro? Fire stream TBHW. Damn, y'all like the stream? Really? Hey, I have a favor to ask. Also, shout out to you. Say hi to my son in LA. I appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you, Cobra. Shout out your son as well. Hey, I got a favor to ask though, chat. I I'm gonna show y'all something. I got a favor to ask. If you care about your Twitter payout and want views and followers and shit, I'm about to post this interview with Flood, okay? I'm about to post an interview with Flood on Twitter. Go through it and make clips with captions like these. Make the captions clean, one sentence, no tags. Tag me in the bottom, top 30 photon trader. Like top hype holder reveals, Flood reveals, top hype bull poster reveals. Very clean captions, just like this. Look at this, 250,000 views. I'm telling you, you will do fucking numbers. You'll do numbers if you go through and clip this Flood stream that I'm about to post. So I'm about to post it up it's on YouTube already, but the VOD will be live. You can clip live from the VOD, or you can clip it from my Twitter when I post it. Run up the clips, do clean captions, and tag me in the below tweet, and you'll do numbers. But if you want, chat, if there's anybody that you want on, we're gonna heavily refocus and get back into AI. So there's a lot coming. Tomorrow's stream is gonna be Mando was talking about Kaito, the founder of Kaito is coming on, and then Sobi, who I love very, very, very dearly, is coming on. And yeah, we're gonna cook it. You want Tyler did it on? We can get you Tyler did it on any part. But look, hey chat, I'm jumping off right now. Hey, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm telling you this. There's 288 people in the stream right now. You are early to Thread Guys streams. I promise you are early to Thread Guys streams. I'm going to stream 7 days a week. I gotta take a 5-day off for Christmas. Probably the 20th to the 26th. I'm gonna be gone. And once I come back, I'm live every single day for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. We're interviewing everybody, 2 guests a day, hour and a half yap a day. And I'm telling you, you guys make this possible. Believe me when I say this. Right now. I'm about to give you all, it's gonna be a couple days, but hopefully I have a massive update for you guys very soon. Like a massive life update for everyone in this entire house. It's gonna be big. You guys are gonna be excited about it. It's gonna make the content 10x better. It's gonna be very, 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 very big. It's gonna be very big. I promise you, I'm working my fucking ass off in the background to get guests on, to do BD, to upgrade the set, to make the quality better, to make the audio better, to make the camera better, to get better guests on, make better content, to learn more. I'm telling you, there's really big stuff coming. So from the bottom of my heart, chat, from the bottom of my fucking heart, this shit, I'm telling you, after the Andrew Tate podcast, chat, there was 3 months where I did absolutely nothing. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to do content. I didn't want to stream. I didn't want to do spaces. I didn't want to film podcasts. I didn't want to do videos. All I did was sit on the couch, smoke weed, and play video games. And I was just sad, bro. I'm telling you, chat, I was just sad. And I turned on this stream around poker. And then I started streaming after, and we've been live damn near every single day other than the Thanksgiving break. And I'm telling you, you all have changed my life. You all have made me fucking want to get up in the morning, want to make content, get excited about what I used to get excited about in the first place, inspired me, helped me make more money, helped me look better, feel better, act better, talk better, learn better, get smarter. From the bottom of my heart, every person that shows up, every person that comments, every person that subs, I see you in the chat, I recognize you, I acknowledge you, I love you, I appreciate you, and I promise you, bro, you all have, from the bottom of my fucking heart, you all have saved my life. I mean it, I appreciate it, I love you all. Have a blessed day, have a great rest of your day. I'm rugging it now. I love you all so much.